listeners, and welcome to episode 303 of the Super Ultra Podcast Arcade. I'm your host, Daniel Nicholson, and with me is my co-host, Dominic Stallworth. What's going on this week, Dominic?
What's going on this week, man? We are getting closer to these launch of these new systems. That's the big news. That's why everybody's going crazy in America right now.
Yes, it is.
It's because of these new systems coming out. I think I heard something about some election happened, but I think it's really the craze of these systems. Yeah. But no, joking aside. Yep, it's still crazy. It's crazy this week. I mean, we're recording on Friday, so as of Friday, there's been no winner officially, but it looks like Biden's going to win. So it looks like, we're going to have a new president, most likely. Or I could be all wrong. Something just go the other way, and somehow Trump wins by the time we come back next week or whatever.
The way things are going, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
But it's been a hectic, crazy week. I'm loving. I told you I love this time because especially in social media time.
I was gonna text you and be like, "Are you enjoying this yet?"
Yes, I was enjoying it. I was loving it. It's a person I'll look at on YouTube, and they have this live video, and they were talk about the elections and stuff. Talk about important stuff. And like I use that, like, yeah, that's serious. But then I go on my Twitter feed to look at the jokes about how
gotta get a little of the candy to go with my vegetables. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it's just I'm like looking at CNN, the guy just talking about the different districts around the country, like, hey, this is what's going on, just talking all fast, just saying all this stuff, and like I don't know what the hell he's talking about. So okay, just tell me who won, what's going to happen. That's all I need to know. But yeah, it's wonderful, but man, just like how many people voted. I mean, especially because of mail-in, so a lot of people voted. Yeah, that's why I voted. This is the first time I ever voted, Daniel.
Is it?
The first time I voted.
Wow.
No, it's not. It's not. But at least I struggled elections to go out though, and say, oh crap, I should have came at a different time because the line's long from past. But I'd be like, I'm already here. Just got to stay in line. Yeah. But now, with COVID and stuff, I wonder if they didn't say it like, oh, nope, you can't do mail-in ballots unless you have a disability or something like that.
Yeah.
I wonder if I would have gone out.
Been out there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think if COVID didn't happen, man, I think Trump would have won. I think Trump would have won if COVID never happened. But for some people, this could be a godsend for them. I mean, you wouldn't want to think a freaking virus would be a godsend. You don't want to think that. But I think for some people, they're probably in the back of their mind, they ain't going to say it out loud. They'll be like, oh, man, off COVID.
I mean, considering how close things are when all the polls were saying like it was basically going to be a blowout at this point, like, yeah, it makes you wonder, like, this very easily could have been the other direction. And things aren't finalized. It still very well could be. But, even coming out of election night, it was like, I'm afraid that this could swing the other way. Like, it wasn't firm footing.
You're afraid?
You heard me,
like, we already know your stance.
You heard me.
You already know your stance. Yeah, your stance.
You can go to a certain podcast
what's it called?
4 years ago.
Roses and Vinegar party.
Or
was it Roses, Guns and Roses? The Guns and Roses
party. Yep.
It's like it's wine
and
roses, right?
And sickle. But yeah,
roses and wine and roses, something like that party. That's what you are.
Bread and roses.
Oh, bread and roses.
Is that what it? I don't know.
Bread
I think
and wine?
that's what it is.
I forget.
They wouldn't put alcohol in there, don't they? Man, I didn't realize bread and roses. I didn't realize until like election night that Joe Jorgensen was a lady.
Oh, really?
Did I just blow your mind? Did I just blow your mind?
Yeah. I didn't know either. And I didn't realize Kanye West was still on the ballot, but I guess it was only in certain areas. It wasn't on our ballot.
Yeah, and he was like, he was a vice presidential candidate in California in some places. It was weird. It was very weird.
He was a vice president candidate?
Yeah.
How the hell that? For who?
Let me see.
It's fucking crazy.
But
yeah, like I think I showed you the tweet about how they had his picture. It wasn't a picture of it. It was like a silhouette
of
a person. This is Kanye West. Somebody says like unlocking a character.
I like somebody's comment that was like, "Oh, unlocking a character." More like he's DLC for $3.99.
Yeah, exactly. So he gonna be unlocking. You gotta pay for that, man.
He was the VP for American Independent Party presidential candidate Rocky De La Fuentes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this has been a crazy times, man. This is a COVID year, and that's what Trump should say if he loses. Like, look, this should count. It's COVID year.
Oh, but if that's the case, Dominic, then we gotta take the Lakers thing back. We gotta take the Dodgers thing back. We just gotta roll them all back, Dominic.
And take Tampa Bay Lightning's trophy because they shouldn't win because, like you said, no team that water can't freeze in that location shouldn't be able to win the hockey game, a championship. But yes, take all that shit back and say, oh no, COVID year.
Yep,
the shit is weird.
Don't give him ideas, Dominic. He's getting to the point where he might just take them.
But anyway, yeah. So the election thing is a big thing. We're not going to go too deep in politics because, well, first of all, we don't know who's winning. No. So who's going to win? I mean, I think we have an idea, but who knows? Maybe the Green Party will somehow come back and take over. Who knows? I don't know.
Yes.
Anyway, or Kanye. But anyway, let's get right down to it, man. What have you been watching? You haven't watched, well, because Mandalorian came on today, technically. Yeah, so I know you probably didn't have time to see it yet. But I did see Mandalorian from the last week, the first one. And yes, I really enjoyed it. It was a good show. It was fun. I liked Timothy Oliphant's character. He plays. He played his character. He played the character he's played in the.
He played his role.
The last two shows he's been in. Well, technically Fargo. Well, Fargo would have been off by now if COVID didn't happen. Yeah. But it's still currently on. He's playing a character that he is up there and Justified, which I know him from. That probably was a place. No, and my fault. Daniel, how did I forget his original character?
What was that?
HBO's The Cowboy Show.
Oh, Deadwood. I always forget that he was in that because I never watched that.
Now, he wasn't a marshal because he was just like the sheriff, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but still, he's a Southern guy of authority. So now Mandalorian, he's playing this marshal guy, sheriff, marshal slash. You might as well call him a sheriff. They call him marshal, but it's like you're only in that one town, so whatever. Like what's your jurisdiction is all throughout Tatooine or something? Like you got some place you got like the home office somewhere is in Jabba the Hutt's old home.
There you go.
Like they took over and they say that's our home where all the marshals all home offices. And we disperse all the marshals from there. Now, yeah, but that show was great. There was even some Easter eggs that was shown that was in the Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh,
like the pearl that was in spoiler alert, people. The pearl that was inside the dragon that they killed. That's from Knights of the Old Republic. Because I think you get that pearl.
I need to watch one of those like YouTube videos, like all the things you missed in this, because there's definitely things that I missed in this.
I seen it, but I didn't remember. I didn't remember that from Knights of the Old Republic until I saw a video. I was like, oh shit, yeah, I sort of remember this. But I was saying, like, that dragon boss in Knights of the Old Republic looked totally different from what it looked like in Mandalorian. It looked like a real dragon.
He grew
somewhat. In Knights of the Old Republic, now he grew up and I guess he lost his legs because he's just a worm. I mean, it's a giant monstrous worm, but then it was good. It was great. I love the little comical scenes, especially with the Baby Yoda, like when his little gun wrist thing lit up. He knew like to hit the button to shield his little carriage thing.
Roll him up.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, this show, man. This is as far as I think I said this last time, from the first season. As far as Star Wars content since Disney has picked it up, this is probably the best content they have.
Yeah,
to me,
I think it's most enjoyable for me, at least so far.
Yeah, this is the best. And I think second is the Han Solo movie. So I think that's what we got. It's like I was joking. Hey, though some people do like call the Han Solo movie, but it's really, people, it's not that great.
You tell.
I mean, it's not. It's not. I mean, it's okay. Did you see it?
Yeah, it's not offensively bad, but it's yeah,
no, it's not. It's not offensively bad. Yeah, compared to how people were really calling it horrible.
Yeah,
it was not.
Nah.
Like, I will be honest. I enjoyed it more than The Last Jedi. I enjoyed Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Like, Last Jedi, I ain't gonna say that's the... Well, actually, it was, like I said, The Last Jedi, maybe it was a better movie than the last Star Wars... What's it called? The New Jedi?
What's it? Oh, the shit. New World
What the
Order.
hell is the damn...
Force Awakens
subtitle,
or the last.
No, that's the first one. That's the first one. The last.
You're talking about the last one. Last Skywalker.
The Last Skywalker,
or something like that. Something Skywalker.
The new Skywalker. I don't know, but
the Rey Skywalker.
No, it ain't The Last Skywalker. It's Rise of the Skywalker.
Rise of. Thank you.
Is that
fucking
it? Okay.
Movies. They just that sounds right. These all just blend
all right,
together.
So. The Last Jedi, maybe it's as just a movie on like story and maybe like on like a real critique of a movie. Like the Last Jedi is a better movie than the Last Skywalker or Rise of the Skywalker. But I enjoyed Rise of the Skywalker more than the Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And even though I realize Rise of Skywalker has a lot of fucking problems, I mean, I can't really say it's a good movie. It's not a good movie, but I enjoyed it more than The Last Jedi. So, I mean, all this stuff, the best movie out of those three movies was The Force Awakens to me. I just think all these movies I don't know. They're bad. But thank God that, like, for Mandalorian, like, you still got some good Star Wars content. Because it was looking like, man, this ain't really nothing out there. It's like, and I guess you can also include the final season of the Clone Wars was really good. That's technically Disney. So,
true.
Yeah, you can include that.
You're just trying to give them points now, aren't you, Dominic?
Yeah, yeah. All right, so also I watched some more Perry Mason, the revised version, the new drama series on HBO that is based from the character from the television series Perry Mason, but it's like taking place when his younger years, like in the past. I think it's place like 1932, the 30s. I know that. So that's like between the world wars, right? So it's because I think he was in World War One, and he came back from that because you see some flashbacks of that. So I'm on. The series is already over, but I'm just started watching. It's on HBO Max, and it's pretty good. I mean, I mentioned this before. I watched the first episode, but I haven't. I just started to go back now, and yeah, I like it. I really enjoy it. I mean, it's not. I wouldn't really call it a prequel per se. I mean, it is technically a prequel, but characters are different. Like I think his PI in the original series was white. He's black now, so a lot of things are a little revision stuff. So it's not totally a play. And plus, I never seen Perry Mason, so I don't never know that type of show. But I can tell this is probably very different from what the original series was. Yeah. But it's good. I really enjoy it. And he's not a lawyer in this. He's a PI right now. As of right now, he's a PI. So maybe that's his history. I'm not sure. Was he a PI before he went to being a lawyer? But it's a good series. I think if people should check it out if you got HBO Max. And that's it. I think that's all I watched. I don't think I watched anything else. You know, I didn't watch the new Simpsons Halloween special. I wanted to check that out, but I just totally forgot about it. I just remembered it as I'm speaking right now. Yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing I don't know if all of them did Halloween specials. Those like Family Guy or
I think I saw something about the Bob's Burger one.
Yeah, Bob Burgers has been doing, like, to me, that's the best series on Fox as far as animated series. I think that's the best one.
Did you see they're making a new one that's like set in Alaska or something like that?
By the people who did Bob's Burgers?
Yeah, I mean, it literally looks exactly like Bob's Burgers. Like the same
I know.
art style
I didn't know. No, I didn't see that.
Yeah. And then there's that one that was on Apple. Maybe. Can't remember what it is. Alaska.
There was one on Apple?
It was like a musical in Central Park or something like that.
Oh, I didn't know about that one either.
Yeah, I saw a trailer for that. The Great North is what this one's called. Coming to Fox early next year. And it's got Nick Offerman as a single dad living in Alaska as he tries to keep his oddball family together.
Is it like Northern Exposure?
It could be. As long as there's a moose crossing the street, that's all I want.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know about Northern Exposure. Is the moose walking across. I never watched the full episode. I think I saw the one episode I did see a little bit a piece of was when a guy had a virtual reality set.
Oh.
And he had like this hot lady.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
I feel like we need to look more into this.
Yeah, so that was it. I don't know anything about Northern Exposure. It's a drama, right? Or is it comedy? I have no idea.
I think it was like one of those dramas that has its little funny bits in there.
A dramedy.
Yeah, a dramedy.
So
nice filler for cable or network.
And
television.
I know the DVD packs they looked like life jackets. What the hell were they?
They had like North Face jackets or whatever.
Like Parkas or something. I don't know, little bitty
bubble jackets.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I guess we'll get to some video games, man. What we've been playing. Yeah. So you can go start off, man. What you been playing?
All right, I played some more Spelunky. Still just dicking around there. But the one I'm going to talk about mostly this week is Jedi Fallen Order. I finally committed to that. It was on sale for the Halloween thing on the Epic Store, and I had a $10 off coupon from something or other. They've been doing that. Like, I think if around the time that they did Rocket League, they gave away a $10 coupon for people to download that, even though it was a free game. Ugh. My throat just turned on me, Dominic. I don't think I got in on that coupon, though, so I don't know when I did. Yeah, so at some point I got a $10 coupon for that. So I was like, hey, for like $20, get Jedi Fallen Order. I've been very interested in it, and when we were talking about Star Wars Force Unleashed the other week, I really got the tinge to play that game because I liked Force Awakens or Force Unleashed so much. And I downloaded it and installed it, and the first time I tried running it, it literally it seemed like it just kind of froze up or locked up because it was still showing the loading screen and still spinning, but it had been like 10 minutes, and I was like, okay, this isn't right, so I'm going to turn this off. I tried relaunching it, and then I just ended up letting it load and walked away to do something else. And then I just heard my controller rumble from the other room. Like, I was like, what the hell was that sound? And I was like, wait a second, that was my controller? Oh, did the game finally start? And this is like literally like 40 minutes later or something like that.
Good God.
And I was telling you, like, I don't know what the hell is going on. And I started playing the game, and it was like turned on epic settings or something. And I was like, oh, maybe and it seemed fine. Like, it was actually running well, but only for like brief seconds, for like 5 seconds, and then it would stutter, and then it would run well, and then it would stutter. And I was like, this isn't right. So I closed that, and I was telling you about it. I was like, there's just something off about my computer. And then you were saying, you had originally had troubles with it, and you ended up just restarting, and it seemed to kind of work from there. And I ended up having a similar experience. We actually lost power at some point last week, so my computer turned itself off, and I had to restart. So I restarted and finally tried it out the other night, and I'm having a great time with that. I'm still having some weird like hitching issues at places it seemed like it would be loading like the next area or whatever. But otherwise it's running really smoothly. I have the settings turned down to like high or something like that. I don't have them, at the top like it had started out with.
Yeah. I think I had a little problem sometimes. Sometimes I would get a little hitch. But overall, I think it was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay.
It seems like a pretty well optimized game, too. Like, it seems to run fairly well for surprisingly high settings for what my computer is right now. But the game looks good at those settings, and I am just absolutely fallen in love with it so far. Like, it's giving me the feeling of The Force Awakens as far as, like, the combat.
Or Force Unleashed.
Yeah. There's all these fucking names, Dominic. Yeah. Force Unleashed. It's just giving me that feeling. Like, it's not quite to the point of Force Unleashed where you just feel like massively overpowered, which you do in that game, especially at a certain point. And maybe I'm just not that far into it. You know, I'm very early on still, but in all the comparisons of hearing like it being compared to like a Dark Souls and stuff originally when it first came out, I could see the combat having a little more heft and weight to it, where you're going to have enemies that are heavier and doing blocks and stuff like that. You're not just cutting down, you know, countless numbers of stormtroopers. And there's part of me that's like, you've got a lightsaber and these guys are only fucking stormtroopers. Like, why am I not cutting off arms and limbs and stuff like that? And, you know, that's something they really just don't do with Star Wars. And you could turn on cheats in like the old Jedi Academy games and stuff like that, Jedi Knight games, which was cool as shit. But they still do a good job of making it cinematic and also making it feel good. Like the first interaction you have with whatever the antagonist is, I can't remember her name, something sister or something like that.
Soul Sister.
You get a little bit of that feeling, like they let you play around more. Like you're doing a lot of slicing at her and you're not really hitting her, but it still feels like you're doing like these kind of cool lightsaber things. And also just like going back to the basics of it, I like them giving you a block with the lightsaber, which also can be used in like exploration times to just hold the lightsaber up and use it like a flashlight, which I think is a really neat aspect to it. And then
man, you make me want to play the game again, man. Shit.
And then giving you a dodge roll. Like I very much appreciate having both of those things, because the block just gives you the ability to like kind of basically ignore like later attacks, kind of just whiff them off because you're a freaking Jedi. So you can just be like, yeah, whatever. You're going to come at me with your little stupid beam or whatever. But when they try and hit you with like a heavy attack, then you can utilize the dodge roll to like get around them and stuff like that.
Have you got the power yet to stop the lasers? I mean, like the bullets. Well, I don't know.
I can deflect them if I hit the trigger like right before they hit me, which is another really cool aspect.
Yeah.
And it's more interactive than like Force Unleashed, because like Force Unleashed, I think if I remember correctly, it was just like a skill that you got eventually where you just hold down block and you would, you know, ricochet the shots back at guys. But this is more focused and, you know, deliberate. And I think that's pretty cool. I don't know that I have a power to like do any more than that yet. The only real force power I have right now is to just make the enemies slow down, or make, you know, spinning things slow down if I'm trying to solve a puzzle. And I also got...
Yeah, I could have sworn you could use... I mean, maybe you get that later, that you can use it when they shoot a laser at you. You slow it down. And
you might be able to. Maybe I just didn't, you know, did like button through that prompt or something like that.
Like they did in the Force Awakens movie.
Mm-hmm, like Kylo Ren does at the beginning there. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll have to try that out. Yeah, and then I just got the wall run ability out of the like Jedi temple thing that you explore at the beginning. So I'm just past that area. I met the little robot guy. He seems cool. And it just feels really good so far. I'm liking what I'm playing. I like the combat. It doesn't feel too Dark Soulsy. Like, I see the elements of that in, like, you have your meditation places and you lose your XP points to whatever enemy kills you, and then you have to go back and hit them to be able to regain that stuff. So I see those elements, and like the flasks can be compared to the little thing that your robot shoots at you to heal you up. But I'm not feeling it in the combat so far. I think, like, I also haven't really found the need to use heavier attacks yet. Like, I got the overhand, like, Y attack that's like the heavy, deliberate, it takes a little longer to wind up kind of move. But I haven't found a need to really use that yet. So maybe as I'm using that more, I'm needing to be a little more conscious of when I'm going to attack someone instead of just kind of wailing on these guys. But it's also cool, like, if you do the parry move, which you can do if you're doing like close range combat, and you hit the block like right before they attack you, like you would do with the laser. You can do like a parry move, and then you attack them, and you do like kind of a cinematic execution type thing. Those are cool so far as well. Yeah, I'm really digging it, and the story so far is really cool. Like, they, the characters that I've met so far, I really like the first guy that you're working on, like the ship tearing down facility that you meet. He seems really cool. Unfortunately for him.
Yeah, exactly.
and then, the lady that you meet on the ship that is a former Jedi, and she's like explaining to you that she's,
And that actress, I mean, she was in Mad TV and other games. She was in other games. She was in Wolfenstein, the latest one.
Yeah.
But not the, well, I don't know if she was in the sister one.
Yeah.
But yeah, the second one, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's very distinct. I mean, they nailed the look of her. Like, obviously,
she got those big eyes.
Yeah, they use real actors for this. The main character is the guy that played not the Joker on Gotham, right?
Real aliens. Real aliens.
Real aliens. That's it. Yeah, and they look good so far. I'm very impressed with this game graphically, and again, like the fact that it runs seemingly extremely well on my relatively outdated computer. I'm impressed by, but yeah, I'm really digging this game so far. I'm
glad you're digging it. I'm
very much, because I was telling you, like, it was kind of between this and Control, and now, like, they're starting to talk about how, like, this game is going to be on Game Pass. I'm like, of course I made the wrong decision. And playing.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right. The EA.
Yeah.
Oh god.
and I thought about that, like, but there were rumors of Control coming to Game Pass too. So I was like, one of these games is like, maybe I shouldn't buy either of these games. Honestly, like, if I had thought about it at the time, I might have actually picked up Pumpkin Jack with that, because it would have been like $5 or whatever, and that game looks cool. And I was thinking that these games might end up on Game Pass soon, but so far I'm happy with buying this. I was a little turned off when the game was like running like complete shit and taking literally an hour to load, and I was a little concerned, like, but at the same time, like, I probably could have submitted for a refund or whatever. I just didn't really think about I don't really think about, like, I can return a digital game, But
yeah,
hey,
I don't think neither of us has done that yet.
Nah, yeah. But if it legitimately doesn't work on my system, like, I got no problem with people doing that. Absolutely, that's what it's there for. Yeah. So I'm into it so far. So I'm down. I'm down to clown with the Prince of. God damn it! What is the Joker's name? The clown Prince of Propensity. I don't know.
The Prince of Smiles.
Sure. Is that what?
I just made that up. the Prince of Crime?
Yeah, right? That's it.
The clown Prince of Crime.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm down to clown with him and his non-Joker jokerness. So, yeah, I'm digging this game, Dominic. So
yeah, the clown Prince of Crime, yep. Or this I see something up here, the clown Prince of Baseball.
I feel like I've seen an image of him in
Patkin.
like.
Yeah, he looks like a goofy guy. I think that's what he probably was meant to be.
Okay.
Oh, he died in 1999. I mean, he was born in 1920.
Wow.
It's just,
shit. There you go.
But yeah, okay. All right, so wait a minute, Spelunky. You see, he plays Spelunky, right?
Yeah, I had mentioned that, but I didn't really get anywhere. Just
wait a minute, Spelunky 1 or 2?
2. Yeah, just
okay.
Playing more of that. Still, trying to get out of World 1, basically. So I don't really have anything new to say.
All right, so here's the games I play. I play some more Trails. Darren, this, even though I'm very close to the end, it's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit done. Well, it's mainly my fault because I want to talk to every NPC I see. And so I'm going around town to see what everybody's saying about the situation, and it takes a long time to do that. so I'm thinking, like, I could have beat, if I ain't talking to the NPCs, if I ain't talked to no NPCs, this game would have been done 3 months ago. That's the reason why, because I am busy reading a lot. And then I realized, like, Darren, I didn't really go anywhere. I didn't go anywhere because I'm just talking to people. Like, I didn't really advance the story yet, technically. And that's why it's taking me so long. Now, so I'm still playing that. I'm still near the end of that. I'm in the last chapter. Also play a little bit of Avengers. What did I do in that? Oh, yes, I finally unlocked Captain America. So I got him there. So now Cap is back. And it looks like maybe I'm close to the end. I didn't even see what percentage I am as far as unlocking the game. Maybe not unlocking. I said unlocking the game. Well, finishing the game. Mm-hmm. But I guess maybe I am close. I know Mordok, I don't know if he ever just becomes a head. Maybe he just always has just a little body. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he's going to lose his limbs or something like that. Like he'd just be a head. But yeah, he's becoming more, maybe he is more of a head than a than a body of a man.
He's more head than body at this point.
yeah, exactly. What else? The story is okay. Like the story, I think the overall story is okay. It's just the level designs, I was getting to a point where they are stale. Mm-hmm. Now, I did see something new when I went to, it's a little spoiler, not big. We went to save Cap because, you see it in the trailer. Cap is gone. Yeah. But you knew Cap was going to be back because he's a character in the goddamn game.
Exactly.
So when I went to save Cap, it was like a new area. So I like that. But the other areas, when you're just on the ground, they look kind of samey. It's kind of the same. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I definitely see the problems with this game. And I'm wondering, what's the player count for consoles? Like, how many people are playing? Because I haven't played with people recently. I haven't tried to. I just played with the NPCs. I mean, not NPCs, but the controller played. I mean, the computer control characters. Mm-hmm. So, I just want to know, like, when they do put in the new not expansions, but the DLC with Hawkeye. Like, is Hawkeye with his own, I guess his own story with that? Is all these characters come with their own stories?
I think that was supposed to be the idea. Okay. Was they had.
Yeah, I'm curious. And I'm curious what the stages will look like. Are there going to be new stages at least? I mean, I would hope that it's not just something like, oh, it's a new story, but the area still looks the same. But I just wonder how people are really feeling about this game. Like now. Like, it's one thing to like it. Like I said, I like what I scratched that itch of just beating up a bunch of enemies as superheroes. I mean, I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. But it's something that I know I'm not going to keep playing. It's going to get old. Like, I don't see myself like, if my friends all get this, like, hey, come on, let's go play some Avengers. That's not going to be. I mean, it's more so I'm just want to play with my friends, not so much I really want to play Avengers. It's just not. It's not that type of game, man. Unfortunately, and I just think that it could have been something so much more. I kind of wish it was not a game of service. Mm-hmm. It was kind of like what the Jedi Fallen Order or Spider-Man. It's Batman.
Give a serious single player game.
Yeah, a serious, or if you want to, like I said, you can play a single player, but if you want to play, it's a linear experience. If you want to make it multiplayer, fine. Like you say, hey, you can have other Avengers play with them. Like the people can play with you. But it's
just make it
linear
like
experience.
I mean,
yeah,
Gears,
exactly.
You can
make
play
it a linear
single player,
experience.
and then you throw other people in there.
And it's just, it's just unfortunate. It is what it is. That's why I'm hoping that new Batman. What's it called? The new one called
Gotham Knights.
Yeah, I think it's Gotham Knights. Yes, I hope Gotham Knights is an experience like that, like a linear experience. I mean, it's open world, but it's the story. I mean, it's not like Destiny or anything. You know, you just jump in. You just jump in co-op. Like somebody just jump in and plays with you. Say, I just play with you, and you just go places. You know, something like that. Something like I see, like how Borderlands is. I like that where, look, you just jump in somebody's story and just help them out. You know, you just co-op and whatever mission they choose, you go do that mission with them. I'm saying be it missions, but that's what you're doing. It's not just I gotta unlock this and that. Well, I mean, Borderlands has that, but that kind of fits it. I don't think this is the type of game I want that. I don't want, I just want to unlock a costume. I don't need to be like, oh, you get your armor and make you stronger. You get like Pacific armor for the head, and the body. No, just give me costumes. Like, I'm as strong as I'm going to be, or something like that. I don't need a level up system with this. You are a superhero. You just play, you know? Yeah. Or some type of, kind of like how Spider-Man does it, where you unlock abilities. Mm-hmm. Like, do that. Don't make it like, oh, yeah, you're stronger now. No, just make it unlock an ability, maybe. But this don't need that. All right. So, yes, I played some more. I played some Switch. And because Hyrule Warriors Calamity. What's it called? What's the whole title called? Breath of the Wild Calamity? Hyrule Warriors Breath of the Wild Calamity? Or is it Hyrule Warriors Calamity?
Hyrule Warriors Calamity. I feel like there's another word there. Age of Calamity.
Okay, Age of Calamity. All right. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. I played that. That is the Hyrule Warriors game based on the Breath of the Wild world that's supposed to take place in the past, which it looks like the story might be a little time travel thing going on here. It looks like there's one of those robots, those big Sentinel robots?
Yeah.
Look like it's a little Sentinel, a little baby one.
Oh, weird.
A baby Sentinel, like a baby Yoda.
They grow up, Dominic. Is that what they go for? Can't wait to see the merch.
And it travel. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's definitely probably going to be a
Amiibos. Yeah,
Amiibos. Yeah, it's going to be probably Amiibo of that one, of the little guy. I bet you it is. So like he goes into the past, and I guess he's showing you the future, and he's showing the people the future, what's happening. So I'm thinking like, is this going to change the timeline or something? What's going to happen? So I know I saw some people were saying like, "Oh man, I really hope this will mess with the story." I said, "Man, it was no goddamn story." It's like that's just my bias. I think the story is stupid, but I know a lot of people like the story. But I mean, did you like the story? I never heard you talk about the story.
It was inoffensive. It was there.
Inoffensive. What the fuck? Inoffensive? What the hell? What? I
mean, it didn't make Zelda was offensive. Didn't make the game worse, is what I'm saying.
No. Okay. No, it did.
It didn't take anything away from the experience.
I mean, I take back what I said. It wasn't stupid. It was just nothing special to me. So I don't think it's a big deal that if something little changes. I'm like, who cares? But I guess some people are attached to it. I guess they're attached to it. So anyway, I don't know what this means, like this thing coming back from the past. Or maybe that was always what happened. Even though this ain't talk about it, I have no idea. Maybe it was always a little robot that came to the past, they're going to say, that showed, and things still happen like they do. All right. But anyway, this demo is pretty big because I'm not done with it. I thought it was just going to be the level you play, like the stage they give you to play at the beginning. And, it's a tutorial. It tells you how to do things, how to use your powers and abilities, which it's pretty cool how you use the abilities because it's just like it has its abilities just like Breath of the Wild. I mean, the look of it, it looks great. It looks good. It looks like Breath of the Wild. It's beautiful. Though you can tell the limitations of the Switch. Though I don't know if it's really the limitations of the Switch or just that this type of game does this. I mean, maybe because Dynasty Warrior games, they have pop-up problems. But I've seen that on all systems. I've never seen it where the draw distance was just so great. Like, I can see the enemies all the way down, all in the horizon. I never seen that. Now, maybe on PC it does that, but I haven't really played. I have played a Dynasty Warrior game on PC, but I don't remember. I can't remember if was the case, because I think somebody said, "Is that just a thing for these games?" Guy said, "Man, every game Dynasty Warriors I played, pop up, that's an issue. That's always been a thing." So I don't know if this is really something new. Like, you're fighting enemies, and then I walk somewhere and I see the enemies just, they pop up in a little distance, and I'm like, yeah. I say, oh darn. But I think that's a problem. That could be the limitation system, but I just think that's a problem on all systems with these type of games. They just, I don't know, haven't figured it out. Maybe next gen they figure it out. Maybe this is the generation of the new gen systems, like Dynasty Warrior Mushu games. We'll figure out how to make it so that you can just see enemies everywhere. Like, you can look at the distance, you'll see thousands.
Hell yeah.
But thousands of enemies.
There's low times, Dominic. It could be.
Yeah. But for now, that's still a problem. But the gameplay, I mean, just like Mushu games, I mean, it's pretty much the same, kind of button smashy. But it looks like, to me, like I said, I think the Mushu games have gotten better. Like the ones that are based off of different games. Like the original Hyrule Warriors, and you have the Dragon Quest one, and then you have the what is it? The Fire Emblem. The Fire Emblem one. They add their own spin from their original games, and it melds so well. And with your items and using the abilities that you had in Breath of the Wild, of the freeze, the bombs, the magnet, and the stasis, using those abilities, it works, and I like it. It's like, wow, this is really nice. And then the different characters have different abilities. So right now, only characters I've used was Link. What's Zelda's guardian name?
Impa.
I think it's Impa. I think that's a young Impa.
Okay.
That is with me, because she looks really young. Because I think she's older. Isn't she older? I mean, she looks like an older woman when you see her.
Yeah.
And what's it called? So I think this is a young Impa and Zelda. So I've used those three characters so far. I don't know if there's any other ones to unlock, because I haven't watched no previews of this at all. I wanted to just experience it. So they all had different special abilities. They all seem like they could use all those abilities, like Link, of the tablet stuff, like the stasis, the bombs, but they have their own thing. It looked like Impa has. It looked like she's doing that. If you know Naruto doing those chi stuff, like with the hands, she does that a lot.
Okay, yeah.
And Zelda looked like all her moves are just the tab. I think that's what she said. I got the what's the tablet slate or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the slate.
The Chica slate. Yeah. The Chica slate, I think they call it.
Yep. Yeah.
A Wii U tablet.
Basically, yeah.
A Wii U tablet in olden times.
You should at least update her to like an iPad. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or just look like a Switch. But anyway,
they're sad.
But yeah, so all her moves are really based off of that. Like when you press the regular attack buttons and the heavy buttons. And then there's something that looks like it appears on top of enemies, like the big enemies, the big bosses, where if you use that power, you really can get them down quicker. Like something will pop above them, like use a bomb. Okay. So you use a bomb and it'll knock them down faster to really you can just wail on them. Like a critical hit, I guess you could say. But yeah, I really enjoy it. Like, I really enjoy this demo. Like, it's fun. I mean, because I like Dynasty Warrior games, but I think these games have been better. Like Dynasty Warriors, Hyrule Warriors, the first one, Dragon Quest, they have been better than the original Dynasty Warriors, and that could be because it's the same story with those games, right? I mean, those games been going on for years. It's on 9 now, even though 9 went a different route, and it's been hammered for that because it's got bad reviews for it. It wasn't like a good game. It wasn't a good Dynasty Warriors game. But these other variations of that Musha type of game have been great. And like, I want this game. Like, I really want this game. Yeah, I think you should try it out just to see how you feel about it.
Yeah, I definitely meant to. I need to.
But I do like the cutscenes. That they're a lot better than what Breath of the Wild had.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Breath of the Wild. I mean, it wasn't that great. I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't great or anything. Like you said, it wasn't offensive. But they really do a good job in this. Like, it's a lot of talking.
Nice.
Which I'm happy about. I mean, some things you have to read, but it's a lot more voice acting. It's a lot more voice acting in this. Cool. The only bad thing is I wish it was voice acting during battles, because they had people coming up saying things, which I always thought that was a problem. And, well, actually, no, Dynasty Warriors, I think they do come up and they do speak. And this, I don't hear them speak out. I hear them, like, you got to read it. And I was like, come on, man. Can you talk? Because I'm busy trying to fight. To go looking down to read what you're saying.
My problem with subtitles, Dominic. I can't watch the movie if I'm looking at the bottom of the screen the entire time.
But yeah, this game, it feels good. I do like the combat. It feels nice, and I played it on the TV because I want to record it. I recorded some of the gameplay, so when I do a pod video, which I missed to say that at the beginning of the podcast, that I'm going to be. I said this in the last podcast, but I wanted to repeat myself that I'm trying to do our podcast on YouTube also, and just putting up gameplay of games I played, or if whatever Daniel has time, if he can record anything he's played, we'll just post it up there while we're talking. And I already have the one from last week up there right now. That's the first one we did from 302.
Hot Doom gameplay in there.
Yeah. So yeah, I do have Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, or Hyrule, however the title is. I have that up there, what I played so far. And I might have some more, because I'm going to play some more because I haven't completed it. But yeah, it's definitely fun. Check it out. I don't know how long it'll be. Now, is this a limited time, or is it just out there? Because I didn't see a timer. Usually, don't they tell you on demos, oh, you played it this many times, and it go away on the Switch? Usually, I see those demos like, oh, you only got 30 times you can play it. Or
it depends on the demo, really. I haven't seen anything regarding this one being a limited thing, but like you said, it happens more often than you would like on the Switch. So if you're interested, I would definitely say try it out as soon as you can.
So yeah, I haven't seen anything, but yeah, definitely just try it out. And the last game I played, Worms Rumble. Worms Rumble is the beta is out for Steam and the PS4 if you have the PlayStation Plus, which I think most people who mess with these type of games do. So it's out on those two systems, and it's fun. I played it on Steam. I played it on PC, but I played with a controller. So, but I can see the limitations of like aiming, because you're using the right stick to aim instead of just the mouse button.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll probably kill. But you know what? It works well. I got used to it, and I did well. I think third place was the highest I got.
Oh, nice.
On that. I think I played about like 10 matches. So I got third a couple times. I got fourth a couple times. The other times I was just kind of middle of the pack. But this is, I think we talked about this game because we saw a preview of it or something of it. And
it sounds familiar.
It's not really a battle royale kind of thing, but it's like 32 players go in, and you go in with like one weapon, and then you can pick weapons up and bombs and stuff up as you play, and you just go out shooting worms, certain other people who are worms, and wearing different costumes and all that stuff. Hey, it's done by Team 17, and that's the same people who did Neon Abyss.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I was like, oh, that's cool. I want to know, is Team Abyss. So Team 17, are they original developers of Worms?
Yeah, they've always been.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so they did Neon Abyss, so that's cool. So yes, it has those I don't know I didn't check about microtransactions. I know you get coins and you can use them to buy costumes and things that I mentioned. Yeah. So you can do that. But as far as the gameplay goes, there's a couple of modes you can try out, man. Of course, training, deathmatch, which is what I've been playing. Then you got squad. They say they recommend you level 5 to play this mode. I guess it's the same experience. There's more experience. And then they have a mode called like Last Man Standing. With squad, I believe it's last squad standing. So I think that's where it's more probably, hey, if you die, that's probably it. Mm-hmm. Like you're just gone. Now, but I didn't play that mode yet. I just played deathmatch where you do respawn. And I think I'm probably okay with that mode because I think I'll probably get killed very quickly in squad. Now, if they let you jump into a game really quickly, because I wouldn't mind doing last squad standing. But from what I play from deathmatch, it looks like it's between matches, I'm still waiting to load to get to another match. Mm-hmm. So, but I don't know. I haven't tried that yet. I'm just curious, like, because I don't want to be there, like, I join in, bam, I got killed. I'm going to join another match. I don't want to just be waiting for a while. I was like, no. It's like I didn't play nothing. I just went in and loaded the screen. Mm-hmm. So, maybe I'll try that mode. But the beta, I think, is just for the weekend. This weekend as I'm recording the podcast.
Yeah, I'm seeing through the 8th.
Okay, so yeah, but yeah, it's fun. I mean, it seems like really simple. Now, is this free to play or you have to buy it?
That's what I was looking to see. I feel like a game like this kind of needs to be free to play. It definitely does. The beta is cross-platform, which is pretty cool.
Yes, I did play because you can see the Steam logo next to people who
that's cool.
On Steam.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be $15.
Okay. I want to know how many maps is it.
Yeah.
It all depends how many maps there are.
Maps and coupons, costumes. I would hope there's a substantial amount that aren't microtransactions.
There looks like there's some things you can unlock that you don't have to pay for.
Okay.
And also, I want to know, are those the only 3 modes? Because I want there to be a squad mode where it's not last squad standing. It's just you respawn.
And you just have number of kills, whoever wins, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just want to just like deathmatch. Just deathmatch with squads. But yeah, I'll probably try those other 2 modes out just to tell them. But I had recorded some gameplay of me playing that game too. Now, the first time I did it, it didn't... Man, something had gone wrong. Like, it didn't record. It was just a black screen. I was like, oh, crap. And I was mad because I'd done well. Like, I was like, oh, man, I was like 3rd place and 4th place and shit. It's like, come on, man. The second time, but I still got 3rd place, the highest as I ever got. But I might as well I should just lie. I was in 1st place all those times I didn't record, and then you just missed it.
Oh, man.
But nah, the game is fun. It seems fun. Now, I never played Worms, so I can't tell you how the game compares to Worms. Mm-hmm. Like, does it feel like a Worms game? I don't know. I never really played Worms. I know that Worms isn't that game usually turn-based, though?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so it's definitely different from that. It's not turn-based. So, God damn, I think I got what you got, Dan. Jesus Christ.
It's just talking too much.
Exactly. So... darn. All right. So yeah, what else we got here? I'll say anything else about the game. You got any questions?
No, because I was gonna ask you about like the real time versus the thing, but I'm kind of watching trailers and stuff of it right now. Take a look at it.
Yeah, the weapons are cool. I mean,
I guess, did you say you pick up the weapon? Because you said you start with one weapon. Do you pick up other weapons?
Yeah, you pick up weapons. You can hold 2 weapons at a time. You can have a bomb. You can also get sometimes like a support kind of item, like either.
Okay. Is that separate from the weapon?
Yes.
Okay. Because I see like jetpacks and the ninja rope, which are iconic things from Worms. So you can use those
are separate.
Addition. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so you can you have those items, special bombs. You also have like a banana bomb.
Yeah.
Was that in Worms? Was that in original Worms?
Yeah, they had like a banana grenade, I want to say, and then they had like the holy hand grenade. There was like an exploding sheep.
Yeah, exploding sheep. That's a gun. You can
Okay.
shoot.
Oh yeah, there's
at
a
people.
holy hand grenade in the trailer that I'm seeing.
Yeah, I used that stuff a lot and got some kills, or I got killed by it. And you can hurt yourself, so you gotta watch out when you throw these grenades. I have done that plenty of times.
Okay.
Throwing grenades or shooting a gun, and it's like, oh shit, like this laser gun that they bounce off walls. They can bounce and hit you too. So I've done that. Everything, I have hurt me also by my own hands. So I have hurt myself a lot.
Yeah.
Plenty.
I guess the only other question. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, one of the big staples of the Worms franchise is like the destructibility of the environments, and I don't know if I'm seeing that in these videos.
The only thing I see destructible is like vents.
Okay.
Vents and like some glass. You could go through windows, and vents you can hide. Like if you get in a vent, they can't see you in the vent.
Okay.
Unless they saw you go in the vent, but even still, they can't see where you are. So sometimes you can use that to your advantage if somebody's coming by and just start shooting. Because I have got, even like in crates, they got those crates they put on boats and shit.
Yeah.
Those steel
like
crates
containers.
and exactly, shipping containers. And like somebody was in there, I didn't know. I was just jumping in. Bam, he just shot me, and I was like, oh, this shit. And it's just, you don't really die instantly, so that's a good thing too. So because there'll be a lot of splash damage probably from stuff, and you do heal. Like if you go run away, you can heal. Like it raises up like 10 points. You can collect health to take. You also get like a boost, like a shield boost drink or something like that. You can collect. So there's other things. But yeah, it's not a whole lot of destructibility. Like you just don't, when you blow stuff up and things just go into pieces. I wouldn't say
That's
that.
A little
I don't
bit
think I've seen that.
Yeah, because like in old Worms, it would be like the background was a very static thing, but if you shot like a missile at it, there would just be like a circular cutout that is gone now. But the way you could deform the environment like very much worked to the tactical nature of it being a turn-based kind of thing. So it's like, oh, this turn I might not kill that guy, but I'm whittling away at the ground underneath of him, and if he doesn't move in this turn, then I'm going to be able to take him out because I've now cleared a path with missiles to then, release my sheep or whatever.
Also in Worms Rumble, you have a roll mechanic so that you can transverse the area faster.
Oh, okay.
Instead of like your slow worm body. But as a recharge, you do get tired, so you have to watch out for that. And I think it's a good dodge mechanic too.
Okay, movement in this seems pretty quick. Is that the case?
Yeah. Okay. It's pretty quick.
I mean, it's real time, but like the old Worms game, like you very much were like inching your way across the map.
Yeah, like a worm. Yeah, like you want to slow like a worm. Yeah, exactly. So that makes more sense. So this game does not make sense. This game, well, actually, no. You're playing it at like 50 times speed. That's what it is. This is like, hey, this battle. This battle is not taking place in real time. This is actually how fast it's going. If you were, you sped up the camera like they do on nature videos when you show like slow, like how plants be growing and like real fast, and they be speeding up the camera. You see the flower grow. Yeah, that's what this is. That's what this is.
Makes sense.
But no, I mean, have fun with it. It's a nice little fun game. But yeah, it costs $15. I don't know. I thought, I was thinking it's like, hey, this is cool, fun to play, free to play, but I don't know about for 15 bones. Would I put money into this? I don't know about that.
Right.
But yeah, it's just free for the weekend till the 8th of November. So whenever I put this podcast up, it probably won't be enough time to get it, or maybe it will be like one day. Hopefully I'll get this up by Sunday morning, or maybe Saturday. Because I think I'll be working on it Saturday. The vid probably be by Sunday or Monday. But yeah, I did have fun with it. But yeah, I really thought it was free to play. So I don't know about paying. But hey, if you can try it out now, get it. Hopefully, maybe it could be one of those games that, hey, it's free. PlayStation Plus game, just like how Fall Guys was. Yeah, because how much that game costs?
I want to say like 20, maybe.
So yeah, I mean, because Fall Guys, is that a game you think you would pay for?
Probably not, just because I've fallen off of it so quickly. I mean, I'm still interested in playing like that season 2 stuff. I haven't touched any of that new content yet, but I probably wouldn't buy it, just because there's so many other things that I find myself interested in.
I don't know if Fall Guys I would ever try it.
Yeah,
I've had fun. I really like it, but playing $20 for it, I don't know if I would. Yeah. Like me personally, I wouldn't. So Worms is not a game I wouldn't think. Yeah, the same.
Yeah,
it's a fun game. I really like playing it, but I don't know if I would purchase it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I guess we'll take a quick break, and when we get back, we get into the flashback segment.
All right.
And we're back. Let's get into the flashback segment. Now we're flashing back to the week of November 2nd. So what we got here? 2010. We're November 2nd, 2010. We got 007 GoldenEye for the Wii and Nintendo DS. Now this was like somewhat of a big deal, because this is supposed to be, they're the remake in GoldenEye, which is like the iconic console shooter that was on the N64, and was also Nintendo exclusive. And so it's like, they trying to get people back into that nostalgia, into looking GoldenEye a new way. And I don't think it was critically acclaimed, this remastered. Let me see. I forgot. I didn't look at the reviews.
It's got 81 on Metacritic.
Okay,
9
so
on
it's not
IGN, 8.6 on Game Trailer, 7 from Games Radar, 6.5 from Game Informer. Dominic, they didn't
get that money.
Give them that cover story. That's why.
Yeah, that's maybe so. But yeah, it got decent. So it got decent reviews. Okay, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, I think it just wasn't like the iconic thing that people wanted it to be.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that type of game, GoldenEye, I don't know if you can.
Yeah.
Really. Not that it's like, it was so good. It was just that it was
right
a time.
Place, right time.
Yeah, exactly. It's so much about timing with that game. Because, I mean, compare that game to games now. It's not good. I mean, it's not really that great compared to first-person shooters now. Yeah. But for then, I mean, for a console shooter, it was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was nothing like it. There was nothing like this.
Exactly.
Like that game.
It was revolutionary in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
For console shooters. I mean, at the same time on PC, you were, doing completely different shit, but consoles just didn't have that quite yet. And then after this, there was Halo, of course.
Yeah, I mean, Perfect Dark, I mean, Perfect Dark was great. I mean, even though, it was really, just coming from GoldenEye, but that was great. I mean, Perfect Dark had a lot of things. I think there's even an article of how much Perfect Dark has done.
Mm-hmm.
Also. All right. So what else we got here? Atari Greatest Hits was on Nintendo DS. So I guess I can imagine it's probably the E.T. game or something like that.
Yeah,
probably one of them.
Absolutely.
Also, Blood Drive on PS3 and Xbox 360. I think this is where you have to give blood to help people, and the simulation, like giving blood in the blood drive. Actually, I do not know what that is.
It looks like you're driving over zombies.
Oh, okay.
Got a solid 4.5 out of 10 on Game Informer.
Yeah, sounds like a great game.
Yeah.
Should bring that back. I hope it's backwards compatible so you can play it on your Xbox Series X.
It might be.
All right. Combat of Giants, Dinosaurs.
Boy.
I wonder if that's like a franchise.
I was going to say, is this one of those ones that we socked 1 million of for the DS or whatever? Yes. Yes, it is.
It is? Is there something like that?
Yeah.
Do they have like Combat of Giants
series.
robots?
They've got Combat of Giants, Dinosaurs, Dragons Bronze Edition, Mutant Insects, Dinosaurs Fight for Survival, Mutant Insects Revenge, Dinosaurs Strike, and Dinosaurs 3D. They really went to the dinosaurs and mutant insects a little too often.
The dragon one wasn't selling for them. Say, oh no, but the people love dinosaurs. People love giant insects. We gotta hit them. Yeah, exactly. Fist of the North Star, Ken's Rage came out on PS3 and Xbox 360. Was this based off an anime?
Yeah, Fist of the North Star is, I think, an anime that is popular at some points in times.
Yeah, exactly. Was this a fighting game or a?
I think this is like a whatchamacallit game, the Mosh, whatever the.
Oh no, thing. Like Dynasty Warriors, the Musha games. Okay,
Musha, yeah. All right. I think it's like one of those.
All right. Also, God of War: Ghost of Sparta. It's been 10 years that it came out on the PSP.
That was a good game. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I never beat it. I haven't beaten it yet.
Yeah, they did a good job of translating that. Yeah, did a good job with those.
Yeah, because I played some of that on the PS3 when they had the collection.
Mm-hmm.
Darn, that sucks. That I can't play. I mean, unless I play it through PlayStation Now, if it's on PlayStation Now, the whole collection, the Ghost of Sparta. But I know, some of those games are, but. Yeah, that it's just not backwards compatible, you know. I would love to play those games in like super high res or something like that, just to see what it'll look like.
Yeah.
All right. Also, you had since we got the GoldenEye, everybody else. I mean, DS got another 2 James Bond's game. Lucky them. Well, the star base is just so fucking huge. James Bond 007 Bloodstone came out for the Windows 360, PS3, and the DS. What did they say about this game, man? Was this good?
Let's see. Reviews are 70, 65, 63, and 62 respectively. And the 70 was actually for the DS version. So that that got better scores than the other systems.
Yeah, so really what was who was the star of Bloodstone? Was it did they just use Daniel Craig? Oh yeah, I think I remember then. I think they said he was doing an original James Bond game.
Yeah, it has an original story. It's the first one since Everything or Nothing, and we know how good that one was.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
All right. It had Maya singing the theme song for that.
Yeah.
What was she doing now? All right.
Good question.
So what else we got? Mega Man, the game based off the movie with Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
And it came out for the Wii, 360, PS3, PSP, and Nintendo DS.
I'm sure it was great.
Also, was a DreamWorks movie?
Yeah.
And then you had the Penguins, Madagascar had a game. Yeah. So 2 DreamWorks games came out for the DS.
Now we're talking.
That was just for the DS. And I think that was a TV show, because that was a TV show they had made about them. I saw some episodes of that. I mean, it's good. The kids will like it. Kids will like it. Kids will like anything, though. All right, so what else we got? Pro Evolution Soccer 2011 came out for the PSP. Toy Story 3, the video game, came out for the PlayStation 2.
That was the first one that had like the toy box mode that eventually.
Now I don't know if that was on PlayStation 2 version though.
Oh yeah, that's true. PlayStation 2
and
version.
I'm gonna guess that we already talked about this game on the other systems. Then I'm thinking this game came out. I don't think this came out early for PlayStation 2.
Yeah, I would think so. I don't remember us talking about it though.
You know what? Maybe I ran through it because I thought I did, but I just didn't talk much about it. When did it come out?
We all know my mind doesn't work, so.
Well, the movie came out during the summer.
Last week.
So yeah, that's when the game came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it, and we just said
June 15th, 2010.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about it. All right. So why is the Oath of Fagana? I think that's what it says. For the PSP, that's a JRPG of the Y series.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you got Bit Trip Beat came out for the Windows and Mac. We talked about that coming out. That was on the PS3 or PSP, one of them.
Yeah.
Maybe both. But Adrenaline. Oh yes. Now here's the big launch. This is the big launch right here of the Kinect. Kinect came out November 4th, 10 years ago.
God.
The worst peripheral for the Xbox 360.
Still love mine.
Xbox One. But this is the first incarnation, the Kinect One, where we got to see the bottom of Avatar's shoe.
Yep.
We got to see that amazing Star Wars game. But we don't know it sucks yet because it didn't come out yet.
We didn't realize it was a dancing
really
simulator.
Waiting for that game. We were still waiting for that game. We were still waiting for that special Xbox to come out. That looked all right though. I like the Xbox.
Yeah, that was cool.
R2D2.
Mm-hmm. And it made a little startup sound.
Yeah, it was. I mean, this was cool. It's like, hey, handless controls, it just tracks your body and everything. Yep. We see how it goes, and I mean, this thing sold so well. I mean, it's so crazy. Like financially, it did well. Like it sold a lot of console. I believe console, but a lot of the equipment and. Hey, I mean, it was enough for them to put it for the new console. Exactly,
and put it in the box with that thing and force them to be $100 more.
Yeah, exactly. Which now in retrospect, it's like you should have just took the loss. And just say, hey, like this comes with this and everything. Because now you're talking about like, oh, your system was less powerful than the system that's $100 less. So that doesn't make any sense. Say, but it has this Kinect. So I don't give a shit. It's tracking me. It's looking at me. It's looking at me all the time. Anyway.
I have to stand up and yell McDonald's at it to make it stop.
So we have the big launch, and here are the Kinect games. You got Kinect Adventures that actually came with the Kinect.
Yeah.
Was released.
Packing games. One where.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a decent packing game. I mean, for the Kinect, you had what you do. You could be on the boat, the rafting.
You were like jumping up to grab stuff and ducking stuff, and that was fun. We did that like one time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because we played together. Yeah, we played some of that. I forgot the other game you played with that.
Yeah, I can't remember. Was it like dodgeball
I remember the boat.
Or like one of those things where like a wall's coming at you and you have to make the shape of it or something like that?
I think it was like also you have to run, kind of like Ring Fit. It was like an obstacle course that you had to move around in and jump and stuff like that. So yeah, Ring Fit stole from this, even though this stole from Wii. So yeah, there you go. But yeah, it was a good packing game. You also had Kinect Joyride. I think that was the racing game with the avatars. Yep. I think that's one of those. Yeah, I think did I get that for? No, that was another Avatar game that was like free. But yeah, I didn't bother with this, and I don't think it got
pretty forgettable. Yeah,
it really, Kinect Sports, that's a game I did pick up. I did really like. I love the bowling in this. That's so far to me, that was better bowling than the Wii. Yeah. Like I really enjoyed bowling in that game. Like it really did what the Wii did, but just made it a whole lot better. Plus, not having a controller and just move your arms. It felt good. It felt good. I like playing that. It also had boxing. It was okay. I like this. The soccer was cool. I mean, I mostly just like the mini game part of the soccer where you just try to block the balls, which the Wii did have on the Wii Fit had that. But this was better because you don't have to stay on the board. You can move around the room if you got room.
Yeah.
And what other games they also had running, like track and field, where you have the hurdlers and just running fast. What other sports they had? They had ping pong. They had beach volleyball, and they were all right. It was a pretty good sports game. I mean, it was all right. Yeah. Connectables is where you get to take care of your animals, I guess, and everything. And,
there's a little furry tiger on the cover.
Yeah, that's the one with the little girl on EA stage talking to the pet tiger. Yeah, I mean, was it for me? It felt like something for kids.
It was a successor to Nintendogs, Dominic.
Yeah, exactly. It's the 10 dogs or the 10 cats,
Yeah.
which doesn't, that wasn't I don't think that sold as well, which it shouldn't have because cats
the
are
pun's
evil.
just bad.
Yeah. All right. What else do we have here? Of course, Dance Central came out.
Yeah, now we're talking.
And the Harmonix game, and that was rated pretty well. Oh, yeah. My fat ass couldn't really do anything. I think I played the demo against my niece, and she beat me every time.
Oh man,
because she was younger and more fit, and I was older and not fit. And so that's how that went. What else we got that came out? So at launch here for the Kinect, Sonic Free Riders. I forgot about this. This is a Sonic surfing doing something.
Wow. Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Was that the sky skateboards or sky snowboards?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Okay. Yeah,
I remember.
Sky. Yeah. That was a Kinect version of that. Of course, you got the Biggest Loser, workout videos. The ultimate workout they call it, and you got the U-Shape Fitness Evolved. Okay, that's the Ubisoft version of the Biggest Loser. And Adrenaline Misfits, which I forgot what you said. What would you say this game was about?
Snowboarding furries.
Okay, snowboarding furries. You're snowboarding with furries. Oh yeah, I see it now. Oh, it definitely is. That's an evil looking furry, Daniel. I don't look like the good ones. Yeah, I don't want to be with that one.
No,
but
the evil ones do the nasty stuff, Dominic.
But yeah, this is the launch of the Kinect, and it did very well. The PlayStation Move had came out earlier, like a month earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like they set up like a new launch of like almost like a new console or something. It's like, this is because it came in November. It's like, this is the launch, and they make a big deal about it. Yeah, it was. It did huge. It's just unfortunate that it was just one of those peripherals that it just couldn't last. You couldn't find the staying power for it. It just didn't have the games to keep it going. It's something that's cool, but then it's like, is this something I want to keep using? And it just didn't have it. All right, we got here do I have any more games for 2010? Yeah, I got some more games here. I got Babysitting Mama for the Wii. Is that like the Cooking Mama game? Just you babysitting?
Yeah,
or?
But I think this is the one that came with like the real baby doll.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And it had sensors in it, so like it told you not to shake the baby and stuff like that.
Oh, that's awesome. And that's how you learn to take care of your daughter. You have Babysitting Mama.
Exactly. I mean, don't shake the baby. That and South Park. I learned two very important things from that.
I thought it was kick the baby.
Oh, yeah, don't kick the baby. Kick the baby. Don't kick the baby. Whee!
Football Manager 2011 came out for Windows. I don't know why I just didn't erase that.
Football Manager games are the best games, Dominic.
Now, I'm guessing this is the soccer.
Oh, yeah.
No.
They say football. Be, right? And come on. They didn't say garbage American Football Manager. They said Football Manager.
It should have been FU for the standard Football Manager.
I mean, I agree. It should always be that when they differentiate so that we know that they're talking about the inferior version of football.
Because what if I don't see the cover? I was like, okay, I'm going to buy this game. So yeah, I've ordered this game, Football Manager. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Can't be Jerry Jones.
All right. Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2 came out. That was the Dragon Ball fighting game. I remember seeing this game. Initially, when I first saw the look of this game, it's like, it looks awesome. But it just, it don't play awesome. Also, Big Buck World Arcade, the arcade version came out. So, yeah, this is that. It's an arcade shooter where you're kind of honey. And when I looked it up, I was like, okay, I see this before. I believe I saw this at like Jillian's or David Buster's, I guess now.
Yeah.
But it's looked like all I saw was like buffalo. So I was like, oh, you're just getting rid of the buffalo there. You just
there's so many down.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, yep, you just like starting the extinction process here. There you go. Like, we need more games like that. We need games like you shoot dodo birds or something like that. All right.
Oh, that's just terrible. That's the exotic one.
Yeah. All right. 2010. That was it for 2010. So now we're going back 20 years to the year 2000. We got Hey You Pikachu came out. We talked about that for the cover of Nintendo. So it's out now. And you said you never got it, but it was something you kind of wanted.
Yeah, it was something that I saw on Nintendo Power in that fucking one with the cover, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, I guess. I could yell at Pikachu, but I was like out of my Tamagotchi phase at that point, so I was like,
yeah, exactly.
Really need this.
All right, so also
my
Donkey
Digimon
Kong
phase, I just want to say. You know, Digimon Dominic, not Tamagotchi.
Yeah, that's what I had. I had a Digimon. Yeah. That was cool. I also had the version of Toy Story where he took care of the alien. I had
nice.
that one. Yeah, that was awesome. But I remember a girl broke it, man. She broke mine. She was like, I was like, give it to me, and she just threw it down. I was like, evil, man. Now I'm just thinking, like, man, she had a broken home, man. She just took it out on me. She just took it out on me. That's what happened.
Me and my child.
All right. So what we got here? Donkey Kong Country came out for the Game Boy. The Game Boy Color version came out.
I remember that.
I had the Game Boy version of this.
Yeah.
So I didn't have no color. So now they had a Game Boy Color version. So I wasted my data. My parents wasted their money. I should have waited. Even though I never had a Game Boy Color, so I guess it's all right.
Yeah, but I think this one still fell short, because it was like, this isn't quite it.
Yeah, because it's not real color. I mean, it's color, but it's not like a TV, It's not like you still playing the Super Nintendo version.
And then it was missing buttons, of course, and you just,
Oh yeah, that's
not
right.
That there are really that many buttons you use in that game. I feel like there's, like grab stuff.
But Donkey Kong Country, I did enjoy it on my Game Boy. I did enjoy it. I still find joy in it because I didn't have Super Nintendo, so that was the only way. So I forced myself. I'm playing Donkey Kong just like everybody else. Just like everybody else. It's like
I'm normal, just like you.
Yeah. All right. So Crash Bash. For PlayStation, this is the Super Smash Brothers version of Crash, and it was the best kind of version of those type of games. It's like, take that, Super Smash Bros., just like Crash Racing. It's like, take that, Nintendo. We beat you at everything. Also, Max Steel Covert Missions came for Dreamcast. If you know Max Steel, he was a toy. And I was like, why is this toy a big deal? I don't know anything about it. But then a TV show finally did come out for it. So, that makes sense now. But I was like, it makes
familiar.
But I see the toys before the show. I was just like, why did I care to have this? Why would kids care to have this? Because it's 2000. What the hell? I was playing toys. But it's like, what the hell is Max Steel? But then the TV show came out. It was like this computer animated show. It wasn't that great computer animation, but it came on WB Kids. And then it was like, okay, at least you got a show to go with the toys and kids can buy. And then now Max Steel Covert Ops, I guess, I don't know if it's this based off the toys or the TV show, because the cover don't look like the TV show. The TV show, like I said, was computer animated. So it probably was just, maybe it's based off the toys. I have no idea. Maybe it's a fucking comic book that I don't even know about. I don't fucking know. But it was just a simple guy who could do anything. Kind of like a James Bond kind of thing, a agent, kind of spy agent kind of thing.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Mission Impossible, maybe, yeah. His name is Max Steel, like the most basic type of hero name.
Not quite as good as Max Power, but...
No, not Max Power, where you get it off a hairdryer. All right, so Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 came out for the Game Boy Color. The Game Boy Color version came out. Also, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 finally came out to the Dreamcast. Then you got X-Men Mutant Wars came out for the Game Boy Color. I don't know how that did, but hey, you got that version.
It was
Mutant
awesome.
Wars. Is that the fighting game? Or was that a... No, that was an action game. No, Mutant Academy Mutant Academy was the fighting game.
Okay.
The 3D fighting game.
I feel like this
on
was
PlayStation.
one of the action games.
I don't know what Mutant. Yeah. Shenmue. This is a big. It's been 20 years since Shenmue came out to the Dreamcast.
That's wild.
Too bad that neither of us are big fans of that game. We didn't have Dreamcast, and you didn't like the game when you did finally get a chance to play it, right?
Yeah, it wasn't really my thing.
Yeah, it wasn't my thing either. It was slow and everything. Now, maybe if I had a Dreamcast, maybe I would have liked this game. Like if I had a Dreamcast at that time period, because I didn't play Shenmue 2 years later, and that's just like, oh man, this is like weird controls, and it's like, oh, this dialogue is so bad. But maybe for the time, it was probably good. I probably would have liked it. So timing of it, we don't have that history with it, but people love this franchise. They love this game. I mean, I was jelly. When I saw this, Daniel.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh man, this game like a kind of open roadish type of game.
You can go anywhere. You can even find sailors.
Do jobs. And you do jobs and stuff like
that.
Drive
a forklift.
I remember people talking about this game. I remember people saying how they couldn't wait for this game. And people guys said, man, you can do this. Like, so real. It's so real. And I was like, man, I don't got a Dreamcast for that. But I was like, nah, man, I can't tell my parents get Dreamcast now. I'm not going to get a PS2 PS2 for Christmas. So I told him, like, I say, nah, I'm just going to hold out for that one and just hope for the best. Say it's not going to be better than Metal Gear Solid 2. That's my game. That's my go-to game. It's like, better than that. All right.
And you were able to pick them up out of the trash for 5 cents.
All right. So what we got here? Le Mans 24 hours. I remember reading about this in a magazine. Because it's like, you can really play Le Mans for 24 hours. I was like, what the fuck kind of boring shit is this? Why the fuck would anybody want to do this?
Vegas, doing that drive, that sounds miserable.
Well, at least in the drive, you do have pit stops and stuff. You do have breaks, and people do ride for you. But I guess you could do that too. Say, hey, you do 8 hours. I would drive for 8 hours. We get up, you come back and do it for 8 hours. But so what they did is that they do have saves. You do have saves. You have to sit there and leave your Dreamcast on for all that time. Because, that's why I was like, damn, they really do 24 hours? Because they do have arcade mode or something. But they do have other modes where it's like you can play for 6 hours. I was like, damn, it's a long time. But they say, but unfortunately for that, there is no save. You have to play for literally 6 hours.
Oh,
it's like, what?
That sounds terrible.
Are you kidding me? It's like, I was like, but hey, I guess if you're into this was awesome. But it got rated really well. I mean, it got good reviews for this game.
Okay.
Because it's not just because it's very, I think it's realistic, even though you can put it on like arcade mode, but they said that with the break-in and everything, so it creates, it's a great illusion of you being in Le Mans. Even with the weather system, you can see like the sun dropping down. So at the time, this is very great, like graphically and things of that nature. Yeah. Because I remember reading this magazine, saw good reviews. But I was like, damn, man, people can really play 24 hours on this game. It's crazy. What else we got here? We got Sheep for the PlayStation. I don't know what the hell this is.
It's sheep.
I guess you play as a sheep or something, or maybe you're a sheepdog. Maybe you're supposed to just gather the sheep, or maybe you're just cutting the wool off the sheep or something, or killing them and getting lamb chops. I don't know. What else you got here? We got Disney, Pixar, Bugs Lightyear of Star Command. That was on the Game Boy Color. That was that TV show that was based off the cartoon of Buzz Lightyear. I think that's on Disney Plus now. Because I was looking for it, just curious.
Yeah, I want to say it is.
I think it is. And I think I looked up and said, oh, it didn't last like one season. I was like, oh, darn, they didn't last that long.
One season of 600 episodes.
I watched, because it did come weekly. Like 5 days a week, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was one of those shows that came 5 days a week. I'm not sure, or was it a weekend show? I forget, but I did watch a couple of episodes of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
I want to say
it's a
it came
cartoon.
on in the mornings, like even.
I feel like it did too,
school
just
days,
like how Mighty Ducks did.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I watched like a couple episodes. I mean, it's a basic, hero type of show. I mean, it was good for me watching it in the morning, because I did watch it in the morning, like before I go to school. See, some of these, like those cartoons, it's like, it's not so much they were bad, it's just like, it brings up dread. I get that feeling dread, because like, That's how I felt. Wake up in the morning having to go to school.
Yeah.
And so I see it. So like when I see Garfield and Friends, like the cartoon, something in my mind just wakes up like, oh,
they
school.
tainted Garfield.
It's like I gotta go to school. Or like Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon that came on 5 days a week. Early. I used to love it that Sonic is on, but I was like, after this, I gotta get ready for school.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot what cartoon. Oh, Bananas in Pajamas. You don't see that anymore. But when I think about it, that means, I'm very late for school. So that comes on that time I'm supposed to be at school. Or it actually doesn't bring up Dread. It brings up Snow Day. And I watch Bananas in Pajamas because that's the only way I will see it. I don't know why I watched that show. It wasn't like I liked it, but I just felt like that name, I had to watch, but if I could watch it, I had to watch it.
Yeah.
I just sat down and watched it. I don't know why. All right. Just like Dragon Tales. And that was like, I think I was like 6th grade when that started. Like, that would be, if it was my day off of school or Snow Day, I saw Dragon Tales. I just watched that cartoon on PBS. And I just watched it. It's like, this is not for me. But I'll just sit there and watch it. I'll just sit there and watch it. I mean, I didn't have cable too, so maybe that's my good excuse. That's my excuse. Yeah. I didn't have cable. I wasn't going to be watching no 700 Club or nothing, or like those judge shows. I wasn't into them, or like the early like Maury or whatever talk show was on. I wasn't into those type of shows unless I was watching with somebody where we could just laugh at it together. So I just turn on PBS. Say, what's on PBS? Let me go watch these things. Let me go see what Elmo's doing. But all right. So what else we got here? Oh, Powerpuff Girls, Bad Mojo Jojo on Game Boy Color.
Nice.
This is all the licensed games, man. This is the time of licensed games just coming on the game using that handheld system. Mm-hmm. They can't do that anymore, Daniel. Well, they can still do in like the indie type of scene, just putting them out there. But they got phones. What I'm talking about, Daniel? They got phone games. Yeah, never mind. It's even better for them because they can just get those kids to just buy stuff, get their parents' credit cards. Wrong. All right. What else we got? WCW Backstage Assault on the PlayStation. I heard this was like the best wrestling game ever made. Someone told me.
The best trash game ever made. Yeah, this one was real bad. I want to say I played it at my friend's house. Then? I want to say I played it at my friend's house. We might have rented it back in the day, and yeah, it was rough. You picked your superstar, and then you just wrestled in the backstage area, and it was supposed to be, more hardcore, like an ECW style thing.
Oh, so you don't? It's not like traditional wrestling. Actually,
nah. You're still doing this. You can still do the stuff, but yeah, it all happens in backstage areas as the arenas.
All right, so here's so that's it for 20 years ago. Here's some ones that are like 15 years ago. It's a game called The Hive. Now, this is not a particularly popular game or big, but I remember I want to say I was in middle school, probably 6th grade. I think I picked this up in the bargain bin. And it said it worked with Windows 98 or 95. 95 probably. And I was like, oh, I have Windows 95 or 98 at the time. I think it was 95. I want to say 95. And I said, oh, it didn't cost much. So I was like, can I get this game? And I got it. I remember the cover. But when I was watching the gameplay, I don't remember this game at all. So I looked at it. I was like, you know what? I probably didn't like this game, and I put it out my mind. That's why, because it's like a rail shooter. It's a shooter, first-person shooter, but you're on rails. Like you just have to shoot wherever the enemies come. Yeah, it was very cheaply made game, but that's why when I saw this, we began to say The Hive. So that sounds familiar. And when I saw the cover, I was like, oh my god, I haven't seen this game in years. I remember buying this game. But yeah, it is. It's not a great game, and it's so obscure that I couldn't find reviews on it. So I don't think anybody. It's probably like a shareware thing or something. I don't know, but it's so obscure nobody really knows about it. But 15 years ago, Tekken came out on the PlayStation. This is the 15th anniversary of the release of Tekken on PlayStation. 9 arcades though. but when I get a hands on it in home consoles. And this game was, this was incredible. Like, you talk about from Virtual Fighter, that was like the pinnacle like of 3D games, because 3D fighting game. So this is the future. And then Tekken came. That's when I was like, oh, this is like my favorite one. It's like I kind of like this better than Virtual Fighter. I wasn't really good at it at all. Just the look of the game. This is like, hey, this is the next fighting game. This is my new fighting game that I like, because I played that Tekken 1, 2, and 3. My sister, she was really into it. Because that's how I really got to know Tekken, was really from her, because she had those games, and I tried it out on her system. I was like, oh yeah, I like these games. And I think the one I actually did own was Tekken 3, where my favorite character was, of course, Eddie Gordo. My cousin used to love playing with him, because he's like, oh yeah, he's breakdancing and he's doing
so
spins
cheap,
and stuff like
that. It was
that.
awesome. I loved it.
Yeah. Eddie Gordo. Then we used to call Bruce Lee, was our second one, even though it wasn't Bruce Lee, but we call him that. It was just Lee, right? That's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they knew what they were doing.
100%, Dominic. They absolutely
Then
know.
they call it LEE. They call it LEI. But yeah. So I was like, he's my second one, because I always do that somersault kick. And I always do that. And then my third favorite one was between the little dinosaur and the bear.
I love Gone.
Yeah.
Fucking hitbox, you couldn't hit him at all.
Yeah, exactly. I liked him. And this is the time. See, this is before the time of DLC and not having to do like so much stuff just to unlock things. Because you beat the game, you unlock a character. It's like, oh, you unlock new fighter, you get Panda. And so, oh, you unlock new fighter, you get Gong. It was like you just unlocked them. Those times are gone, Daniel. Makes me want to cry. All right, what else we got? Oh, and other news. This is you know what? My fault. I said 15 years. These games, this is 25th anniversary. I'm sorry. These are 25 years for these games. The Hav and Tekken.
So
25 years. Yeah, that makes more sense. Because I was like, wait, 15 years? That doesn't seem right. I wouldn't be saying that, because I went 20 years. Why would I do 15? All right, 25 years. Now, this is also the 25th anniversary of Creatures Incorporated. Now, Creatures is the games they work on some certain Pokemon games.
I feel like I remember their logo, just without searching for it yet. But like in my head, I can see it.
Yeah, Creatures Company. They're a Japanese company. Yeah, they're affiliated with the Pokemon Company. They used to be as Ape Incorporated in 1989 to 1994. Then they changed to, then it dissolved and it became Creatures, where they still had some people from Ape. But Ape they worked on Mother games. They were the developer of Mother for Nintendo and Earthbound for the Super Nintendo, Mother 2 in Japan, with HAL. They also did Mario's Picross for the Game Boy. And they did Monopoly Game 2 for Super Nintendo. I guess the Monopoly game, for Japanese. Mario Super Picross for Super Nintendo. And Mother 1 and 2 for the Game Boy Advance for Japan. That was Japan only. God, come on. They really did not want to bring Mother over to America, man. That's just, what the hell? But then when it changed to Creatures, they changed in 95. Their first game they did, it was in 96, where they were co-developers on the Picross 2 for Game Boy. They worked on a Game Boy camera, apparently. They helped develop that. But their first game they really made, they did the Pokemon modeling for Pokemon Stadium. See, a lot of games I see that they've done Pokemon modeling for. Like, they did Pokemon modeling for Super Smash Brothers. They did the planning and game design and card design for the Pokemon trading card game for the Game Boy Color.
Heck yeah, that game was awesome.
They also did the Pokemon modeling for Pei-Yu Pikachu. They did the part of the 2D illustrations and Pokemon modeling for the Pokemon Snap. Also for Pokemon Stadium International version, Pokemon Stadium 2 Pokemon modeling. They did the character modeling for Mother 3, the end of the Pig King. They also did the planning and game design for the Pokemon card game. I guess it was a part 2, but that was just in Japan. Also for Super Smash Bros. Melee. Yeah, so and they're still around. Because the latest thing they did was the Pokemon battling for Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Mm.
So yeah, these guys have been they are connected to Pokemon. So yeah, they're just part of it. Like Game Freak works on certain things, and they always co-develop with Game Freak. So like that's how they work. They did the Pokemon battling for the Pokemon Go also. Because I was like, I heard about creatures. I heard creatures before, and I was like, oh okay. It's like that's all I was confused. Like, so what's Game Freak? So now I really know. Say okay, they just help develop. Like this is the whole big development process. So it's like Game Freak did everything. It was co-developed with other companies and things of that nature, which is how a lot of big games are made nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's never just one company nowadays. It's usually just a family.
Either 10 million or one person.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that is it for the flashback segment. So I guess we'll take a quick break. When we get back, we'll get to the gaming news.
All right.
And we're back. Let's get into the gaming news. So what we got, Dan?
All right, Dominic. It's been a couple of years now that we've been getting some serious remasters and relooks at some old classics. And this week is no different. We saw the announcement of Blood Rain 1 and 2. It's going to be coming to the PC as the Terminal Cut on November 20th. What do you think, Dominic? Blood Rain, is it worthy of being revisited?
Now, what kind of remaster are we talking about here? Just like they're going to have the original game and just sharpen up the graphics? Or they actually want to...
pretty much. It's not. Yeah, it's not a reimagining or anything. It's just pretty it up a little bit.
You know what? That's a game I never played. Mm-hmm. I was sort of interested in it because at the time, you know, I was young and I saw a sexy lady.
And you saw the Playboy edition that had the Blood Rain lady in it?
Yes, I did see that. That was awesome. But was it Playboy or Maxim or something like that? Or like she was naked?
I want to say it was Playboy because I want to say it was like actual video game nudity.
Oh, so no, never. I mean, I think I saw it, but now I know another video game like had like they were in like another magazine and they were like somewhat nude, but I don't think they were fully nude. I'm not sure. But yeah, yes, I remember Blood Rain was in the magazine, so it was Playboy then. Yeah, and yeah, I was like, oh damn, she is sexy. I never did get it. I just never got the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just never got into the franchise. But I heard
I might have played like a demo or something, but that was it.
I mean, it got two of them. I mean, I think it did well enough that it, there was a good, cool action game.
Mm.
I think like
the concept of it, you could do maybe a lot with now in a modern era, like a strong female character that has maybe a little bit of sexiness to her, not nearly as much as they played up before, but like she was a vampire lady with huge arm blade things that killed Nazis. Like, what is there not to like there, Dominic?
Nah, dang, I want a Cardi B version.
A Cardi B version? Okay.
Yeah, I want to be like Cardi B. You don't need to be like a strong... I mean, she's strong, but But
also sexual.
Yeah, also sex. Yep, exactly. Pussy juice is going all over the place, just like in the video.
It's going all over. I must have missed that part of the video. Man, I'll have to revisit that.
I get it. Yeah, exactly. I feel like you could do that and not be just so. I don't want to say gross because I mean, I guess it all depends on how you look at it. I mean, you just have to be so exaggerated with it.
Basically, like the Tomb Raider upgrade,
Yeah,
like
how
taking the
Tomb
character
Raider,
more
exactly.
seriously and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I could see them doing something there if they want. If you see strong sales out of this, maybe that's what they're going for, is like gauging people's interest in a return to the Blood Rain series. Maybe we get another movie out of it and everything, Dominic.
Oh shit! I forgot about the movie.
Yeah,
I forgot about. Yeah, I totally forgot about that movie.
It's probably
who was the star?
Was that Ben Affleck's lady at the time? What is her name from Alias? Was that her?
Oh, Alias.
It wasn't her, right?
I don't know. I honestly don't remember the protagonist. I mean, I'll probably be like, oh, yeah, that was her. But I don't remember her being her. But maybe I have no idea.
It was...
I was going to say the star of the Resident Evil movies.
Oh, okay. It was Christina Loken, who I think was like the Lady Terminator. Yeah, she was the Lady Terminator in Terminator 3. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
That's
she was in Blood Rain.
Yeah, because I think this movie directed by Uwe Boll, famous director of all. Yeah, he directed that. So, famous director of all the terrible video game movies.
Yeah, and great boxer.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. One of these days, Dominic, we're going to get big enough that I'm going to fight him if he's still fighting people.
Might got a chance to beat him now because he's older.
I was going to say, he's got to, just kick his cane out from under him and stomp him a little bit. Can we do MMA fights now? And since boxing's not popular?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, do that.
There we go. All right, Dominic, and some other news. We got some more information about what they're doing with the NBA 2K21 Next Gen Edition. We talked about having a women's, My Player mode last week. And this week they showed off The City, which is, I guess, the upgrade to, I think previously they did like the Neighborhood. And it looks like a cool multiplayer, like kind of lobby area to meet up with people and play like street ball games and stuff like that. Did you see, there was a trailer out for this. Did you see that at all?
I didn't. Yes, I did see the trailer. I'm sorry, because like they showed the Beast from the East.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like that was one section. Then you got like each section has their own mascot. I just remember that one because it's the easy one to remember because it's Beast East. But,
there's like the South Side Vipers or something like that.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Say South Side, then North, and then like the West, West Coast
Lakers.
Yeah, the West Coast Lakers. But yeah, it looks nice. Looks like you could do a lot. It's like just a whole world now, almost like a whole city. I guess you should say. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's like a whole city now instead of you just in a neighborhood. I guess it's the city now, and yeah, you got more things to we can just microtransaction your ass. But it looks nice. It looks cool. Like the workout place. I'm thinking like what is that? Them like working out. That's gotta be like, cause it's gonna be like, hey, you can work out, get stronger, but you only can use but so many points, cause everybody would just get super souped up. I don't know. It's like it seems like a cool idea, but like I said, we know what 2K is, man, now with these
yes,
microtransactions that is just ridiculous. It's like everything about it seems so great, but it's just so commercialized and full of microtransactions that it kind of just kills it for me. Now, some people it's okay for, but for me, it's just like, so it's too gross, man, with that shit. Too gross. And then, like, I'm not a big NBA guy anymore. Like, I basically hate all those people now. So, I don't hate them. I didn't say that. But I just don't really like the property much as I used to. It's not. I don't really enjoy it like I used to. So it like, if anything, I would love to play a game, but then I'm like, God, then you made it gross out. Like, it was just, God, it was a whole bunch of microtransactions in these games. I would be like, man, I'll probably be fine. It's like, okay, I don't watch the games like that, but I don't mind playing them. Mm-hmm. But I don't like this. Like, I wish college games were back because I would love to play college basketball and football.
Yeah,
but we're not gonna get that. All right. But I got some news though for the NBA. They are going to start the games on the 22nd.
Okay.
So the players union, I guess, or associate, whatever, said they agree with that. So they're restarting pretty soon, man.
Can we thank Obama for that too?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, good for him.
He said, "Shut up and dribble, get back out."
And now so they're gonna be starting. Yeah, there it's like you just ended, like you just ended. But,
literally, yeah.
Yeah. So that week of Christmas they will have games. So you have your basketball back, and then everything back to normal. I don't know about hockey though. I don't know what's going on with hockey, but somewhat normal. It'll be back to somewhat normal.
They'll get back to normal when they can freeze a rink in Tampa Bay.
All right. So what news we got here?
All right, Dominic, and some other sort of related news. EA's stuff, they're out there talking about what you're going to be able to do when you get those new consoles next week, if you're one of the lucky few. Because we haven't really heard much from like the next gen version of Madden, but it sounds like there's going to be some more details about that coming up ahead of when it's supposed to launch on December 4th. I don't know if I'm really confident in any game that we haven't seen a lot of releasing that soon. But until then, you'll be able to play on your Xbox or your PlayStation. They will run like they would if they were on a PlayStation Pro and a Xbox One X, higher tier than your older generation ones like we've got. You'll see faster loading times, higher frame rates, stuff like that. And that's kind of the case with a lot of these games. FIFA 21, you're going to get similar things. Apex Legends, they're going to bump it up to 1440p and give you some stuff like that, as well as we'll talk about it a little more on the new releases, but Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, that remaster comes out this week. And you're going to see similar things there where you're just getting a little bit of bump. You're seeing what people that had pros in those half-step consoles had. There's really nothing kind of revolutionary here except maybe Star Wars Squadrons, which on the PlayStation you're going to get improved lighting, but not really much of a change to the resolution or frame rate over a PlayStation Pro. But on the Series X, it's going to offer two options, according to this article in Game Informer here. Better visual quality or better performance, which we've kind of gotten familiar with in these half-step consoles. They kind of give you the option, which way do you want to go with this power? How do you want to use it? Better visuals means an improved lighting model running up to 2160 at 60 frames per second and up to 1440p at 60 frames per second on the Series S. And better performance takes you the same resolution and bumps it up to 120 frames per second on both of those consoles. So that's pretty good. People that are getting those higher refresh rates, if you have a display that supports them. And it says, if you have a television that supports variable refresh rates, Motive added a toggle in the menu for that. So some of those fancier new TVs do basically what like a G-Sync kind of thing does. So you'll get it synced up with stuff like that. So
I starting entering a lot of contests where I could win a TV and a Xbox or PS5.
Yeah, I saw Cheap Ass Gamers running a thing for PlayStation 5 right now, and I saw them retweet again tonight, like, "Hey, last chance to enter." It's like, "Oh yeah,
I did that.
yeah, it's like, give me that thing." Yeah, so
with the EA, I do find it kind of funny that their big multiplayer shooter, Battlefield, they did nothing with.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like your big shooter right there. I mean, not counting Apex Legends. I mean, that's a different type of shooter, but Battlefield,
I guess that's I didn't think about it when we were talking about before the podcast, but yeah, I guess that's kind of it. Is like they kind of got a big hit with Apex Legends and kind of just basically forgot that Battlefield exists because their Battle Royale mode just didn't hit in that way.
No. or even Battlefront. I mean, people still pay to play that.
That's true.
But no big enhancements for that coming next. That's interesting.
I'd like to see how that game runs on one of these systems, because that game, I think it was the first one actually, which makes it even more impressive because that was even longer ago. But seeing that demo run on that system, like it looked so good at the time. Like the environments just for some reason were like basically ripped out of the movie, or at least at the time it felt that way. You know, it's not that long ago, but it was just one of those things. And I remember there were people sending out like screenshots from like a modded version of the PC one that it was like, basically this could just be real life from one of the next movies or whatever. So like if these consoles could at least pump in more to give you maybe a more stable frame rate with that visual fidelity, or even a, you know, high frame rate on that visual fidelity, I think that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, it would be. Definitely would be. But yeah, it's cool that they are working on some of these games, but it's feel like they're missing. Like they could have done something like, hey, we did a little work on Mass Effect or something like that.
Yeah.
Unless there's a Mass Effect in the pipes. Is there a Mass
Dominic,
Effect?
You know what tomorrow is? As we're only moments away from tomorrow at this point. It's getting late. And 7 Day. So there have been those rumors. Right.
And then, well, there's supposed to be something special in 7 Day. They're going to have some of the cast do a little Zoom conference or something, talk with each other. So that's pretty cool.
Who's going to get caught masturbating during it?
What?
I said, who's going to get caught masturbating during it?
Okay. I don't know.
Just like Jeffrey Toobin.
Is that a story?
Oh yeah, there was a guy like 2 weeks ago who is he a New York Times reporter or something like that? His name's Jeffrey Toobin, and they were doing like preparing for pre-election coverage kind of thing, and apparently during the call he was on camera masturbating, not realizing his camera was on.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Stay professional, people.
Did he like so? When they quickly just turned it off, right? He's like, "Oh, no."
I think they let him know pretty quickly that he was.
I was about to say, "Oh no!" So he had his earpiece in.
I think so. I mean, he was part of the call. Like, I just think he didn't realize his camera was on, so he was trying to, you know, on the sly, get a little action in there, I guess.
So, maybe that's how he does it before interviews or something. He's like, I always
just
jerk off before an interview.
Up. Like, oh yeah.
That's my ritual. I jerk off. It gets me going for an interview. God damn.
Heard that about Bob Woodward. Damn. That's how he gets all these presidential interviews. He just
you talk about the stories of like you hear about people talk about like, oh, my purse caught me or something like that. Like you talk about the world just catching you like, whoa. Oh my goodness.
Well, this was like, I think it was a private Zoom call, so it was like his coworkers and stuff. But I think there is now like leaked footage of.
Oh my
of that.
God!
Not that that's something that anybody really wants to. Do you know any number of people on that? I'm sure. Yeah. I am sure.
It's like, I fucking hate this dude. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Just so him spanking the monkey.
Yeah, maybe keep that for after the meetings, people. You know, that's.
Do it way before.
Or, yeah, exactly. You got to clear your mind so that you can, you know, get that promotion down.
Oh, God.
I can't believe. I am so glad I was able to tell you about this, Dominic. I'm glad you were not aware of it. Yeah. Some things, you know, 2020, quite the year for that man.
Man, all right.
All right.
So what other news we got?
So we got some other news. We got Control, the Ultimate Edition that people had to pay for the upgrade basically to get the next gen version. Well, as it turns out, the next gen version of that has been delayed until early 2021. So I feel very bad for anyone that bought the Ultimate Edition for the current gen consoles in hopes that they were, basically paying to upgrade to the new versions.
Oh my God, that's awful. Because you probably could get a deal.
You would think so, yeah. Especially with like Black Friday coming up and holidays and everything. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's a little rough. Because again, that's a game that I'm very interested in, and if I had a new console coming, would probably be near the top of my list of something that I wanted to try out and see how those new consoles handle it. But as this is the environment that we're living in now, Dominic. Like every game that is, it's a struggle to get this shit done with people working at home, I'm sure. So, and now, like we're seeing England go into or I don't know if it's just London or the entire country going into another lockdown, and I don't know that we would get there considering it's locality stuff.
I thought Trump said it was getting better. It's because he's not about to probably be president, and now it's going to get worse.
Yeah, exactly. He's punishing us because we didn't vote for him. And I say that as a state, not us on an individual level. I mean, obviously, we just didn't vote at all, Dominic. So yeah, we voted for Ronald Reagan, just like our governor.
Yeah, our rhino, our rhino
is that happening on Twitter? I'm sure it is.
What?
Yeah, people calling him a rhino.
Oh, I know Trump did.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
it's going to be amazing when it's going to be him versus Trump in the primaries. I think people have
referred to him as a rhino before because he's not a Republican like your. He's not a Republican like you would think of as like the Republicans of today anyway. So, I mean, it's kind of hard for him to be that way. Like you said, a Democratic state. So and win. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's hard to be a Trumper and kind of All right, Dominic, some Sony stuff we got lined up here as we get closer to the launch next week. We found out this week that Ratchet & Clank: A Rift Apart will not be coming to the PS4, according to Insomniac, much like Spider-Man is and Sackboy's Adventure is. Okay, at least they clarified that. I mean, I didn't think it was, but I would have been shocked if they said it was. I'd be like, what? Yeah, especially because they've been showing off like the portal and teleportation type stuff as like this is only doable because of those quick hard drives. Exactly. Unless they show the PS4 version, it'd be like it'll be a low load when you go through, and then you can go ahead. Yeah. Or it'll be like the game will take about 24 hours to load up before you can play it, before you can do that. You need an additional hard drive that just is dedicated to this game so that it can all be loaded and quickly accessible. Yeah. I remember back in the old days of like games like Grand Theft Auto, because it'd be so long to load in those games because they had to do the whole world for the PlayStation 2. Huh? Jesus Christ. That's going to be so beautiful, putting games like that in. And just like, Dominic, like watching these videos now that stuff is kind of coming out more and you're seeing reviews of these systems, these load times are fucking incredible. Like I was watching the Digital Founders thing you were telling me about, but I was watching the Spider-Man review that they have, the Miles Morales one, and just seeing it go from you selecting your save file in the main menu to in the game in like less than 2 seconds, it's truly incredible. I mean, even with someone who has had a PC with an SSD in it for quite a while, the way these consoles, and it seems like both of them are doing it, which is actually a little bit surprising for me and quite impressive because there was so much talk of like Sony's is revolutionary, and here we are actually seeing
some of this stuff happening faster and loading faster on the Xbox Series X. So I'm very glad that they're both kind of on par with each other.
That could be a deal breaker.
Mm.
I mean, if you compare it to another console, it was like one is like, man, these games are really loading up super fast on this one and not the other one. Because I was thinking that too. Because the way we were hearing about Sony early on,
yeah,
even though Xbox was like real powerful, it's like, do they not have all the features like Sony and that? Can they load fast like that too? Because I was like, man, that could be a big turning point for me. Because I was like, I probably have to go with PlayStation. I mean, goddamn. But yeah, seeing that they do that too, I say, okay, so these things are very. This is not like the launch of the Xbox One and PS4. I mean, because that you had the price point difference, and then you had the P's. Like, ain't a lot of P's on the the Xbox compared to the PlayStation. So,
what is that, 996p?
Yeah. Some of these games
making it 1080 over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm glad they seem to be kind of on par, a little closer this time. And the more I see about these consoles, the more excited I am. I'm still not like rushing out to buy one. I would love to have one.
You can't rush out to buy one.
You cannot, and that is one of our stories here, because you can't buy these goddamn things in the store, Dominic, because of COVID. They don't want you lining up outside of the store. They're taking my tailgating console experience away from me.
I know.
Not that I ever really did that, but I did wait outside in a line and be very cold to pick up a Wii one time.
If Trump knew he won, he'll be fighting for you right now that you can still do that, Daniel. But now he's just a lame duck president, and he just ain't going to do shit. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. But I mean, well, what the hell?
He's still going to do plenty, Dominic. I'm sure. Like destroy your lives and things of that nature. Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. That they're talking about launch specifically, and this has been with both consoles. Sony was kind of the first one to come out and say it, and then Microsoft was like, "Yeah, we're not really doing an in-store thing either." I wonder how long that lasts. Like, are they gonna be mainly just sending all the consoles to their shipping facilities, like Target's and Walmart's shipping facilities, or are they gonna start to cycle through? They just don't want to drop them all at one point, so that people are encouraged to gather together. And
you saw those videos of like PlayStations in the warehouses of the stores.
Mm-hmm.
Stores, warehouses.
They're absolutely, out and about already.
Yeah, I'm just saying that now, that they're not. So they're not going to the stores, or are they going to the stores and they just that you can just, you probably just said that. I'm sorry. I was looking at my TV or something.
That's the kind of confusing thing is like they didn't really clarify, because like they have to go to the stores for people who are doing like in-store pickup and things of that nature. And you're always going to have people that like pre-order but don't necessarily come pick it up. So there are going to be ones in the stores. It's just going to be, I guess, about controlling the narrative basically, and not, we got it in the back, but we're not going to tell these people, if they come and ask, maybe we'll give it to them. But like, I was talking to a guy at work, and it's like the idea of being a retail employee during the launch of this console, when you're theoretically not going to have many in the store, if any at all, it just sounds miserable, because you're getting a call every 2 minutes. Hey, do you have a PlayStation 5? Do you have an Xbox Series X? Do you have an Xbox Series S at least?
Well, that's why you should have automatic messages. Like if you're calling for the PlayStation 5, we do not have any.
Yep, but then they still, because sometimes you'll hear that during like the holiday seasons with UPS. They'll be like, "Oh, we're experiencing higher than normal volume right now. If give it an extra day or so to get your shit, please." And then it's like, or you could talk to customer service. It's like, "Oh, I'm talking to customer service. They're going to tell me where my package is." Yeah, I mean those phones were ringing off the hook. Any console launch I was around for at Target, so I feel for those people, especially. It sounds like And maybe it just sounds like, in the wind that the PlayStation 5 might be a little more limited and harder to get your hands on than one of the Xbox consoles. And, I wonder if that's the case or if they're both going to be constrained. I mean, we are talking about, the COVID era where it's harder to get stuff into the country. It's harder to get the materials to manufacturers to build them for these things. So we'll see. I mean, how long do you think it's going to take before I could just walk into a store and run into a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox One without doing like some hunting and pecking?
I'm going to say April.
Yeah, I could see that. Give
because like I said, with
some time
if
to build
the COVID
the
stuff get worse,
yeah,
we might be shutting down. Like even if some places here don't shut down, maybe other countries shut down, possibly, and disrupt the productivity of making these consoles.
Yeah, I think I saw something about South Korea, locking stuff down as well. So, yeah, we're going to start seeing these places maybe, temporarily shut down again and make things extremely hard to move around. Cause that's depending on demand. We saw it like with the Switch, right? Like typically you build all these things in China, you load them into shipping containers and they come into the port on the West Coast and then they get distributed around the country. Right. But like the Switch was in such high demand that they were literally, throwing that shit on a plane, which as someone in the logistics field, let me tell you the difference between putting it on an ocean container that's going to take maybe a month to get across the ocean versus a plane that's going to take maybe a week. It's an exorbitant amount of money. So, these guys have to see the reason why it's worth it to them to get it in people's hands. And, credit to Nintendo, they were doing that. But like part of it is like, if we're just getting the buzz, like, hey, eventually we'll get them over there and people will grab them. But I'm sure there's like some delicate balance where it's like, well, if we don't get them to them in time, they're going to be like, fuck these guys. I can't find one of these anywhere and lose interest in our console. But like, how many do we put on this airplane? It's kind of getting costly.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think that's a pretty solid estimation. You think we see like one or the other start showing up a little more frequently?
Maybe. I think the PlayStation 5 is going to, like, for the holiday season, is going to be outsell. But see, it's not outsell as in, like, more people are out there wanting to buy it. It's
just
about
a smaller
how many on the shelves. And like, yeah. How many is able to be on the shelves? I just have a feeling that they will be probably less out there. I don't know. I mean, I'm just speaking out my ass to tell you the truth. But put it like this: it's just that who's going to sell out first is like whoever. I mean, it's all about distribution. Like how many of these things can each of the companies get out to the people? Yeah, that's what absolutely. It is. So I don't know who will sell more or sell out first or more. It's all about how many can they make and get over here.
Definitely. Yeah. And then the last thing I got here in regards to the PlayStation is they're out there now saying that the support for the expansion hard drives, the little M2 NVMe drive that you can add on to get more storage, is the support's not going to be there at launch, which is a little concerning. Like, this is something you guys have not been planning. What's going on there? What fell through? Because with the Xbox, I can just buy their little thing, which seemingly the pricing is kind of even keel here. We're not talking about a huge discrepancy, and I can just plug it into the back of my Xbox. That's what all of these reviewers have been showing me for like months now.
Yeah, exactly.
And it just works. I don't have to worry about partitioning or any of that stuff, much like the Xbox One. I mean, that's one thing about them. Like, their hard drive stuff is like so seamless. You just plug in a USB hard drive and all of a sudden it shows you having like double the hard drive space. So that's going to be difficult, because I think you were telling me about the Xbox Series X having, it's a terabyte drive, but really it's like 800 and something gigs of usable, or was it like 700 maybe?
Yeah, it was 800 something. Okay. Yeah.
But then the PlayStation is actually like 862 or 852. Like literally that's what it has on the box, which is weird. But that's not the real number. It's not that they have a 1 terabyte and that's what usable is, and they're like marketing it correctly. It's actually that, and then the size is like the free usable space is like 680 or something like that.
So why is that?
As far as like why is theirs not 1 terabyte and smaller? I think it has something to do with like all the custom stuff related to the PlayStation 4. But again, now that we know, seemingly, we don't have these things in front of us, so we can't say one way or the other, but everything we're seeing online is that the Xbox stuff and the PlayStation stuff is kind of, keeping neck and neck there. So yeah, is it just Sony maybe cheaping out a little bit and going like, oh, well, if we shave off 100 and some, gigabytes here, then we can save $1 for every console or some shit like that. You hope it's not something as silly as that, and there's a more, engineering focused reason as to why they have that specific number, because it is, in my head at least, a kind of weird number. Maybe in computer language it makes a little more sense, like base 32 or 64 or some such nonsense like that. But yeah, it just seems weird for one, them to have such an odd number, and two, for it to just not be a full 1 terabyte, and now to not have support for me to expand that on day one with the fast storage, because you can still add a USB drive and have your old games and stuff like that on there, but then you're really missing out on the advantages of having that system. Yeah. So I hope they're able to get this stuff sorted out and get that supported, extremely quickly. It just seems like something that, you maybe don't want to let fall through the cracks, because as big as games are nowadays, like that doesn't really leave you with a whole lot of room. And I know people complain about, oh, well, just delete a game and then play a game and delete a game. I'm a digital hoarder, Dominic, just as much as I'm a hoarder in real life. So I like to just have all the games on my system at one time as much as I can, in case I just want to play a game at any point in time.
With the whole quick resume thing, that's the whole point. I mean that's part of the
absolutely
the advantage, just that I can have a lot of games on my hard drive, and I can be like pick a game and play. If I'm talking about downloading, that takes away the whole quick resume. I mean, that's good for just that one game, but playing another game is, that I really want. I want to have these multiple big games up there that probably take a lot of space.
Yeah.
That defeats the whole purpose of it, really. It doesn't defeat the whole purpose, but that's one advantage that I can take advantage of, that, like using quick resume and playing multiple games, multiple big games that take up so much space. Like maybe I play Grand Theft Auto a lot, or Red Dead Redemption. I say, hey, I like playing both, and I want to like quick resume between both of them. But my friend said, hey, I want to play some Gears and something, or maybe now and then I play Call of Duty, but those are huge. And I was like, oh man, I don't got much space for here, and I got much space for little small games. I got to keep taking it off. I don't play games like that. Like, so some people, they just play one game and they focus on that one game and just keep playing, and that's good for them. But for me, it's not. That wouldn't be good. I need some space. I'm going to need some hard drive space, and that's why I think these companies, man, they should have went for 2 terabyte. Man, you should take the loss. Take the goddamn loss. Stop trying to just save every goddamn penny. Damn it. Like, give me space, man. Give me the space before I can buy your damn game.
Exactly. Give me the opportunity to spend more money on your stores, especially on these digital-only consoles. Like, come on, guys. What are you doing here? I could buy all the Spider-Mans. All right, Dominic. Did you see anything else or do you want to talk any more next-gen stuff before we get there?
Me see. So, yeah, I mean, I still stick with my opinion on next-gen is that the PlayStation has the big advantage initially at launch right now because of their lineup. They have more exclusives as far as their launch coming out at launch for them. So as far as games, they have the full advantage to me right now. The Xbox, I mean, if you're already in that ecosystem and you're just an Xbox guy, then yeah, I don't think you're losing out. It's not like you're losing out. Like, put it like this, like if you're an Xbox guy, I don't feel like I would say I feel like I'm being cheated for some reason. Even though there's not a big game coming out, I just feel like because of the games you're probably currently playing, how good they're going to look is awesome, and the games that are coming out that are third party are going to look awesome on that system. So yeah, look, like if you're an Xbox guy, listen, you could be disappointed. I mean, you have a right to be like, damn, man, there's no games coming out, and that's on Xbox for them not putting the money in on their game studios initially. Like, they put it in now, but it takes time to make games, so they're still working on it. That's what's coming down the pipe. So I still think the system, there's some worth. I mean, it's like I can see both ways. I can see you just saying, hey, I'll just wait, and that's fine, because that's what I'm going to do. But I also can see people why they want to get it at launch because of the advantages of what that system does with current gen games. That, hey, it's actually probably kind of worth it to get it now.
Yeah, it's a much easier sell to me, knowing that there's a huge advantage to all the stuff that I already own.
Exactly. See, now, if it was just like, oh, it's backwards compatible, but nothing changes, then that would definitely be like, well, then I can just wait. I can just wait. But at least there's something to that, to having backwards compatible now. I mean, just like with the PlayStation, you got that, but plus some of these newer games, you got Demon's Souls, you got, Astro's Playroom was with this thing, but still something there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have those free games that if you got PlayStation Plus, which I'm just going to say this: if you get a PS5, I don't know anybody who's getting a PS5 but not getting PlayStation Plus. I mean, that's a little. I'm sure there are people out there, but I want to know the numbers. What's the percentage of those people? Because this can't be that much. You got what else you got on launch? You got the Godfall.
Yeah.
You got the Spider-Man Miles Morales. So you have these games out there for them. So yeah, it's I think PlayStation has that advantage, and yeah, I mean this is very exciting. This is very exciting. I'm excited for those people to go out there and enjoy those systems. I'm not excited for those scalpers to oversell it, but hell, if there's people who are willing to pay for it, see, that's the thing. You just gotta be strong and say, you know what? Damn it, kid. I'm sorry, we ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna get it this Christmas.
Sorry, you have no Christmas this year.
That's like, say, look,
blame
I'm
COVID.
Sorry. Yeah, say sorry, but you know what? It's gonna be okay. You can cry, you can feel sad, but you'll get over it. Life ain't fucking fair.
And then they're like 35 and still thinking about that day that they were told that they're not getting a PlayStation 5 this year.
It's like I hated my father ever since.
Yep, exactly.
That's the day I hated my father, when he wouldn't get me a PS5. He wouldn't pay that damn scalper 1,000 G's to get the PS5 for me.
He makes that in like, what, 2 hours? Come on. Because kids don't understand money.
What's wrong with him? $1,000 ain't nothing. He could have just spent it and got it. All right, but yeah, these are cool. I'm trying to see if there's any other news to even talk about this. I don't think so. I think that's it for me. You got anything else you want to say?
No, I think I'm just looking forward to seeing what this stuff's all about. I mean, more than anything, I'm looking forward to playing Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I'm glad that's a game that's coming to the PS4. I would love to play it on the PS5, but that's just not in the cards. But I'm glad that there is an option for me to play that, because it sounds like it's reviewing well. It looks cool, and I enjoyed Spider-Man, so I expect to enjoy more Spider-Man.
Exactly.
All right, Dominic, we got some new releases. We got Jurassic World Evolution, the complete edition for the Nintendo Switch.
Well, that's cool. Does it run well?
Yeah, it seems like it's getting pretty good reviews, at least from Metacritic. It's a 78 right now. I'm not really seeing any large outlets reviewing this so far, though, so I'd be a little apprehensive. But this website, Gaming Trend, who gave it a 75, says Jurassic World Complete Edition is a technical marvel on the Switch.
Wow.
So
that's awesome.
All right. We also have Dirt 5 on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. And we'll, of course, be seeing that on next-gen consoles next week.
Yeah, I was about to say. Come on, and this is like a free upgrade, right?
Yes, yeah, I believe that was one of the early ones that kind of said, yeah, we're going to do that. So good on them. We also got Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. I don't know if I saw the scores on this one, if it's getting
I don't think Game Informer. I know Game Informer didn't review because I've been up there.
Yeah. I feel like there's going to be a lot of stuff that's kind of, not getting a lot of attention from these bigger outlets as they're starting to review next-gen stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, it pulled up the Switch version, which has 0 reviews. The PC version is at 78, and again, I'm not really seeing anybody huge reviewing it. There's Worth Playing and the Dual Shockers. So those are both outlets that I've maybe heard of at some point.
Yeah, I heard of the Dual Shockers.
Yeah, I feel like those guys always pop up in my freaking Google Now thing. Like they're always the ones that gets aggregated into that if there's like any sort of PlayStation news coming up.
Yeah.
And then we got Tropico 6 for the Nintendo Switch.
Another type of like strategy world building game. So I wonder how that runs on the Switch, comparable to Jurassic World. Or Civ or something like that.
Yeah, because Civ is supposed to run pretty well, right? Like
I heard it. Yeah.
And that I see pretty cheap nowadays. Like,
yeah, Tropical 6, you know what? Is that real time or that's turn based?
That's a good question. I don't know as far as Tropico games go. I see these things release all the time, and I'm not really that familiar with the Tropico games at all. Like I know
they're like strategy. I know that. That's.
I just know they got Fidel Castro on the cover.
Exactly. That's all I see. I only see like a happy dictator.
Exactly. And very, very sad citizens. They're on the back, Dominic. You don't get to see them.
Oh, they're happy too. They're happy.
Are they? Okay, good.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I see on TV. like those dictator countries, man. You always see like,
that's true. Happy. They cry when their emperor is whatever. Yep, he died, and now everyone in the world has to kill themselves because they cannot be happy. All right, Dominic, those are our new releases. We're going to have probably quite a bit next week because next-gen stuff, and probably won't have a list of like all the upgrade things, but the ones that just have enhancements, but I'll probably try and pull some of that stuff together.
Yeah, I guess I have to try to go steal me a new console so I can really talk about it. Just find somebody who has one and go break it to their house and take it.
There you go. So it's so simple, Dominic. Why didn't we think of this earlier?
Yeah.
Just follow someone home from the store.
Exactly.
Oh, I saw you picked up a PlayStation 4. It would be a shame if something happened to you.
PlayStation 5.
Yeah. No, I'm a stupid criminal, so I'm gonna grab a PlayStation 4. I'm gonna be like the people buying the Xboxes.
Xbox.
So it's like,
You want to get an Xbox One X?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I got me a new console. I say, you got your Xbox One X's? So yes, we do. So, oh yeah, I got it. Oh, you have a whole lot. Yes.
Buy all these and then scalp them on eBay.
That's I'm gonna buy all of them.
There is 100% someone that is going to be doing that this week. Dominic.
Oh man,
I cannot wait for the reports of like how many Xbox Series X's or One X's are on the thing.
Oh man, they're going to try to freaking write it in. Is that we gotta somehow make it say Series X, or maybe they'll get it. You gotta get those people like who they try to change the titles of their items to in a way that people might get confused who don't read it all the way. And
here I am buying an Xbox box.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that. That was awesome. I mean, that was. I said that. I mean, that wasn't awesome.
That was awesome because I was not the one that bought it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's that. Oh man. I mean, eBay, they got this, I think they did. I'm assuming they did. They got this shit together and really to get that. Oh, but yeah, that was awful. Those, like, come on, people got it. It's like, what? It's just a box. I say, well, that's what I told you. I didn't lie to you.
It said box. Gotta read the fine print. Yeah. All right, Dominic, you got anything else then for the week?
Nah, nothing else, man.
All right. Thank you guys as always for listening. You can check us out on Twitter. Dominic is at DStallworth5. I'm at RegulusMB. The podcast is at Superpod. Superpod.com is the website. You can find all of the podcasts as well as links to all the other places you can find us. YouTube, as Dominic mentioned earlier, we've got the podcast going up there now. Thanks to all of his hard work, as well as iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Spotify. I want to say there are more that I normally say, but it's late and I can't remember, so my brain's not working now.
Spotify,
iTunes, Stitcher,
Google Podcasts. You say Google Podcasts? I think
or whatever they're doing now. I don't know. They just closed down Google Music, didn't they? So now it's something else.
They got podcasts. It's Google Podcasts because that's where I get my podcast from.
Gotcha. Yeah, and Spotify.
Google Music is like, I think Google Music may be gone, but gotcha. They have a podcast.
But podcast is separate from the Google. See, that's. I'm not going to get into that, Dominic. They just they throw away their apps instantly. They're like, we tried this and it didn't work out for us, so we're just gonna, fucking Google, Dominic. That's why no one trusts that Stadia is actually going to succeed.
Yeah.
So, with that, guys, see you next week.
All right, see you.